Live from the Healy Sports Complex in Kingwood, Texas. The Red Sea, Apostolate Radio, the flagship station for Eagle Sports and Touchdown Productions, the leader in local sports television, are proud to present the St. Joseph Eagle Game of the Week. Tonight, as we unwrap the District 5 season, your St. Joseph Eagles face the Kingwood Covenant Preparatory Knights. District play is finally here. Let's get it on. And all the action begins right here, right now, on your Eagle Game of the Week. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are across our worldwide network. Welcome to Kingwood, Texas, about 30 miles north of Houston, 100 miles east of Bryan.
Southeast of Bryan.
Yeah, and so we have traveled in the beast and got all the way here and for tonight's big game, bring it up to you. And Steve, thank you so much for safe driving and loading us all up in the beast and bringing us here.
This is how we roll, right?
This is. It's the away game.
That's right. This is what we do for our road games, folks, and it's all part of the fun following the Eagle football team each year here. And now we're going on our journey down to the district title, which is really going to be exciting. This week's familiar foe is Covenant Preparatory Knights. The Knights are having a good season this year. They are a 3-1 team, and they have scored 239 points so far this season and only had 174 points scored against them. So we're expecting a high-scoring, tough-fought game tonight.
Yeah, we are, and, of course, it's the beginning of the district, and you ended last week's show with let's go to district, bring it on.
Yes.
And so we are here now, and Peter, as for the Eagles, I think we saw them make that final adjustment that they needed to make in last week's game.
Yes, sir, Gil. I'd say we saw some football last week, and as we'll hear from Aiden Cruz later in the show, the Eagles were tired of getting pushed around, and they decided to do some pushing themselves, and they found some step there in their 90-71 victory.
Let's talk a little bit about last year.
Last year?
What you think?
You mean the game last year?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about last year. I know you're right in the thick of things. I think you had, maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. No, I think it's closer to 8. And so tell us a little bit about last year and how this game wrapped last year.
Oh, man. It was a slow start for me, at least. You know, I scored 8 touchdowns. Yep. But those were, I want to say, most of those were second and third quarter and then fourth quarter. But the first quarter was kind of quiet for me, more of a role player in that sense. But we were still executing and playing ball. I believe it was Noah who had our first 2 touchdowns. They were both passing touchdowns. Great plays, by the way. The first one, Aiden Cruz shook off a couple of defenders and then delivered an absolute dart to him. And then I was actually right there in the end zone with Noah, so I was able to celebrate with him. It was awesome. But as the game went on, for some reason I just wasn't feeling any fatigue. And as a senior, being my homecoming game, you know, there's something to prove. There's okay, I got to win this game. But I got to smoke these guys. This is our homecoming game. And it was also my first year when I knew I was actually going to go to the homecoming dance.
Right.
And I had a date. So
even better.
Maybe there's a little showing off
a little
involved.
Motivation.
I scored in almost every way possible. There was a kick return, a fumble return, a passing touchdown, and then the rest were rushing and receiving. And I actually don't know how many of each it was. You know, I've watched the game many times over, and I actually have never counted that. I just know that it's 8 total. That was actually the week I won KBTX Player of the Week.
Yes, I
which
remember that.
Which was really cool. Colt Bundick had scored 6 touchdowns against Baytown, and I believe I don't remember which game it was. I think I had also scored 6, and so I was kind of in my head okay, I kind of want to get ahead of him. You know, I'm older. Yeah. I feel like I should be scoring more than him. So that I saw an opportunity there, and I was like, all right, come on, keep giving me the ball. Keep scoring, keep scoring.
Yeah, it's one of the things you'll never forget, right? And then even after you're done playing sports, it's one of those things you'll never forget.
Absolutely not. Yeah. No, I actually watched that game about a week ago. You know, since Mr. Gilbert always has it on YouTube for us, I'm always able to watch it. That's really nice. Nice little plug right there. You see, the 8 touchdowns is the single game scoring record touchdowns-wise. And then the 97 points that we scored is also the school record for highest points in a single game.
Well, thank you for sharing with that, Peter.
Yes, sir.
That's, yeah, I know he was a little reluctant to recall the story on there because he's not a braggadocious guy, believe me. If you know Peter.
I try not to.
No, and you don't need to be. And we're so happy to have you here with us in the booth now and not out on the field. We watch you out there, and now we watch you in here. And
yes, sir.
Just really enjoying you being part of the broadcast team.
I appreciate that.
Lots of fun.
So the table is set here at where are we at again?
The Healy Athletic Complex.
Healy
Sportsplex.
Athletic Sportsplex here in Kingwood. It's not really at the school, but it's a kind of a sports facility in town here in Kingwood. So they have like 3 soccer fields. They play some football here, and tonight they will be hosting the varsity game between the Eagles and the Knights. So happy you can join us here on the Red Sea Radio Network. Be sure to join in every single Friday night. We'll be here no matter how long it takes us to get here or how many miles we have to drive. We're here for you on the Red Sea Radio Network. And then, of course, you can see the game on Sunday at the Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube channels. And here they come right now, the Eagles coming out of the tunnel as the crowd cheers. Pretty good-sized crowd coming all the way from Bryan tonight. Not much facilities here at the Healy Sportsplex. Small little bleacher set up.
Here we go.
Okay, so Eagles are set to kick off. And handling those duties is going to be Tirado. Just like he has been doing all season long. And he's approaching the ball, and there we go. We are underway. District play is underway for 2025.
Oh, he fumbled the ball. Colt Bunnick got it.
And that's a touchdown.
Yeah, right into Colt Bunnick's hands, and he scores.
Holy
just like
cow.
that.
Joseph Starnes comes crashing down from the outside and dove, but missed him. But I think he hit his arm, and it popped the ball up, and Colt was right there to catch it. And that's a touchdown.
That might have been the craziest thing I've seen in a while.
What a start to the game.
Right.
11 seconds into the game, Eagles take a 6-0 lead.
And how Starnes got that completely out of there, I didn't see, but he got an arm up in there somehow, and as he came up with his arm, the ball came shooting up about 2 or 3 feet out of the ball carrier's hands and right into the hands of the waiting Colt Bundick.
Teams will have to kick on the left goal post here tonight because over to the right goal post behind that is nothing but swampland. And nobody wants to get eaten by a gator.
No.
So they're going to stay out of there. They're going to go to the left. If it goes too far here, I think it goes over into a storage facility, and they probably have the key to get over there.
Yeah, they have barbed wire on that fence, too, and I believe I saw Giovanni Tirado hit that barbed wire with one of our footballs in warm-ups.
It's pretty close.
Yep.
There it is. The kick is
There we
up.
go.
And
Great
it
kick.
is good,
Oh,
and it's on top of the storage facility
Yeah, it's in the storage facility now.
and over on the other side.
You know, I hope that's just a wall and it falls off.
I think it went ahead and rolled
No,
off.
it rolled over.
I don't want to climb up there.
It rolled over. So someone's going to have to go get that ball, that's for sure.
Yes, they
But
are.
the Eagles, 11 seconds into the game, take the lead 8-0. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with more Eagle football. And the Eagles kick off a little squib kick, goes right into the front, and it's going to be picked up by Luke Adams, number 6. He's just going to fall on the ball, keep it safe for the Knights as they come out. It'll be 1st and 15 now for their first series of plays after that disastrous kickoff where they fumbled the ball. And picking up the ball for the score was Bundick. 1st and 15. Now there's a pitch back to the right-hand side. And he's going to break it all the way out to the right.
He's going to be corralled by Joseph Starnes on the sideline, but not before he picks up the first down. A good solid run by their senior, Joshua Kennedy.
So nice flip to him going around the right side. He turns the corner pretty easily, so he's got some speed on him.
And he's going to come out the game now. It appears to be that shoulder bothering him again. kind of fell on the side there, so he's gonna have to take a break.
Wow, that's a bad situation for the Knights. I know we heard it a couple weeks ago. They thought he was ready to go. It's going to be second down now. And this one's going to be over the left-hand side.
Starnes was all over that, too. Your ball carrier, number 11, Jackson Stevens, Starnes had him and shirt collared and down the ground pretty quick.
Yeah, that was only about a 3-yard gain there. Good scraping by the linebacker there to come down and make a tackle.
One good thing about being on the visiting side, I can easily see the down marker.
That's right.
And the change, so I can tell you, and you can see on the camera, it's second down now. And we're going to call it about 10. We apologize for the line of sight here, even for the radio broadcast, because it's hard to see through our own players, but you work with what you got. This is what we got here tonight. Here's a pitch back. Once again, right up the middle. No one's going to catch him. All the way through into the end zone is Jackson Stevens.
Yeah, there he gets that matchup again with Joseph Starnes. This time is able to shake him off, hit that sideline, and there's nobody else but green grass.
Yeah. He about had about a half a step on us to that corner, and that was just enough. He's got a lot of speed, and he's got a little bit of being able to be elusive out there, and Starnes got a hand on him, just couldn't get him on the ground.
So that's going to make it 8-6 here. And we've burned about a minute, 20 seconds here into the first quarter. So this could be another barn burner, guys.
It could be.
They were cooking with gas tonight, folks. Look out.
As they line up for the point after. Kicking the ball will be Joshua Zhang. And that ball is going to go up.
No good.
And no good. So the score is going to remain 8-6. Did I almost just fall off there?
I think you did.
I didn't know.
It caught my eye.
I didn't know if that was a dance move.
I was like, whoa.
Or what you were doing.
Could be Gil down. All right, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with more Eagle football. It's 8-6 here early in the first quarter of play. And the Knights perform a squib kick, this time going right to Joseph Starnes as he jumps on the ball. Falls down. It'll be 1st and 15. Ball at the 38-yard line for the Eagles. Their first offensive series of the game. So we'll see what they can do here. Already ahead 8-6, but this is their first series. And there's the ball. Giving it to Tirado. And Tirado, the little Sherman tank, bowls his way up for the first down.
It looks like a replay of last week. People grabbing jersey, and he's just dragging them down the field. He drug them down to about the 35-yard line then, and picked up moved the change for first down.
So it'll be 1st and 15. The ball goes down to the 30-yard line. Nice pickup by the Eagles and Tirado. Like I said, if you've never seen him run, he's like a little Sherman tank. There he is again, bobbing, losing a couple players, now moving forward, dragging people with him.
Yeah, I've noticed that the Kingwood defense is trying to hit him high. That's a top-heavy guy right there. He's a big dude, and the goal here is to hit him in the legs. So he's getting a lot of extra yards after contact because of that.
Pickup of 5 is going to be 2nd down and 10. And a big thank you to the electric pole right in our way here, blocking our coverage of the game. So thank you, Mr. Pole. He's going to be there all game long for us to enjoy. You know, we're stepping back to passes Longo. Longo is going to dump it off right over the middle, dumping it off to Starnes. And he's going to work his way up, gain about 5 more.
A nice little nifty play there by Joseph Starnes. Gets it out to the flat to him and cuts inside for a couple more yards. About a 3rd and 3.
That was nice. He did a lot of fancy footwork, just kind of picking his way through the defense. I didn't think there's that many yards left there in the middle of the field, but he found it.
Yeah.
He did, and it was a little dump. Longo looking for something else downfield, checked off to Starnes, about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So here we are, 3rd and about 3. As Longo looks to his left, makes an adjustment. Now it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and this one's going to go nowhere. Well, he's still chugging for yards, trying to do the tush push there.
Handoff to Colt Bunnick in that time. They seemed to be all over that one. They saw Colt in the backfield and immediately keyed on that one.
He lost about, what, 2 yards, a yard and a half, something
Looks
like
to
that.
be about that.
Trying to make some adjustments to his helmet now.
He was fighting for a long time, so I'm not surprised if his helmet got ripped to the side a little bit.
So that's going to bring up 4th down and lost a yard, so it'll be 4th and 4 for the Eagles. Ball is on the 15-yard line. You can get a first if you get to the 10, and that would certainly help them out in their field position. Longo in the back with Colin Roy right to his left-hand side. On the right-hand side is Anderson. Longo looking, throws it out to the left side. It's going to be in the dirt, though, so that one's not going to work. And it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, he's going to be looking for Joseph Starnes there out on an out route. It looked like Joseph had slipped a little bit out of his cut, so the timing of the throw and the cut were off, and it was a little bit overthrown.
I was wondering why that pass was so errant. It looked like he might have just thrown it in front of his feet or something.
Yeah, I wasn't fully seeing it, but it did look like Joseph Starnes was stumbling out of the cut there, so I think he slipped.
So that's going to bring up 1st and 15 for the Knights. As we saw last time, they scored in their first drive on offense. 2 drives for the Eagles have stalled out now. 5:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Eagles ahead 8-6. There's the snap. Back to Watson. Watson's going to throw long. It's going to be incomplete.
Oh.
Yeah, that was in and out of the hands of number 4.
Number 1.
Oh, was that 1?
Yes, sir.
Jake Wilson.
Okay, Jake Wilson, yep.
Who was wide open, had nobody behind him. Only a defender was in front of him, but turns his head upfield before he secures the ball.
Yep, took his eye off of it for just a second.
Which is something that we had struggled with earlier in the season. I hope that we don't still struggle with that.
Well, so far, the Eagle offense is going to have to get some things together here. And it looks like Dylan Watson is going to be the quarterback, at least receiving the snaps, and he's going to wing it out to his right-hand side.
And they're going to try again with Jake Wilson, but once again bobbles it out of his hands on that little screen pass.
Yes, about the time the quarterback got that ball, he whipped it out there into the flat to number 1, and it was, I think he looked up the field just a little bit to see if there's some running room before he secured that ball.
And that was a very quick release, as you were saying, Peter. He got it and fired it.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're an offensive coordinator there. Number 14, Dylan Watson.
Now he's going to pitch. It's going to be a fumble. It's on the ground. Still scrambling for the ball.
Eagles ball.
And I think Jaron Cruz fell on that one.
Yeah.
He took 3 different dives for that ball, and it kept fumbling away, especially with Kingwood falling on it too. Finally is able to come up with the ball.
And so they're going to place that, about the 12, 13-yard line? Yeah, it's going to be first and goal to go.
Second turnover for the Knights.
Wow.
4:55 remaining here. The first one occurred with 5 seconds on the clock. 5 seconds off the clock, I should say. So now it's a turnover. Eagles are going to get the ball 1st and 15. No, it's 1st and goal because the ball is inside the 15-yard line.
Yes, sir.
Longo in the back. He'll look. He'll scramble now. No, he won't be able to get away this time.
He's brought down hard by number 1, Jake Wilson. Ball came out, but it was fall on by your St. Joseph Eagles.
And Jax Leatherman also there to put the leather on him.
And that was a big hit.
Yeah, they swallowed him up like Jonas and the whale.
Yeah, Felipe Sotolongo looking out to his right to his single receiver, Cole Bunnick, but nothing doing as they put 2 over top of him.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that that last series when we did line up wide left, we had 2 guys wide left.
Longo in the backfield now,
yards.
2nd down. There's the snap. There's the pitch out to the right-hand side. Cutting back upfield and not going to go anywhere. Brought down by Dylan Watson. And the runner was Butnick.
A nice little tackle from behind by Dylan Watson coming off the edge there. and then running off the cliff a little bit, but recovering and tackling Cole Bunnick from behind.
So the Eagles are going to have to figure out what they're going to do. They got a big, heavy line rush coming from the Knights. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal now. Low snap handled by Longo. Throws it out to the right-hand side, and he's going to go all the way in for the touchdown. That's number 11.
Yes, Starnes.
Joseph Starnes.
Man, that was a nice one. The ball was snapped pretty crisply back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo whipped it out really quick and threw it near side here to Starnes. Got it in Starnes' hand. Starnes slipped a tackle, and then he was gone. And nobody touched him until he made it to that front marker of the end zone.
Yeah, nice little design screen pass there to Joseph Starnes. Set up on his far side with Cole Bunnick, who gave him that lead block so he could hit the edge.
Okay, so they're going to go for 2 here, it looks like. They're not going down to the other sideline to kick the
Well, it's
extra
actually
point.
1. It's 1.
1, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
As I always say, that's why you're here, Peter.
I got you.
So they're going to go for 1. I thought I was watching the NFL there. There's the snap to Longo. Longo looking. Now he's going to run. Now he's going to toss it into the end zone and over the head of Butnick.
You know, Felipe steps up in the pocket there a little bit, sees Colt coming across on a slant, and wants to just a little ease it in there, but eased it a little bit too much and sent it high.
Yeah, that's a touch pass for sure that you got to just put right in the right spot. So 14-6 now. Both Eagle touchdowns coming after turnovers.
Yep, 2 fumbles, and they were costly. I mean, one right there, just in the shadow of the end zone in the kickoff, and then almost the same thing. Not quite the shadow of the end zone, but about the 13-yard line.
Both on their side of the field and very close to the end zone.
So mishandled balls.
That's something that Kingwood is going to have to improve on before they let this game get out of hand.
Well, you're going to give the Eagles the short field like that. That's exactly what's going to happen. They know how to work with that short field.
Yeah, you know, especially with a bunch of the athletes that they have on this team. If you give them 10 yards, you know, they can get 10 yards.
Right.
It looks like Joseph Starnes is going to be our kicker now.
And he's teed up
which
the ball.
explains, Giovanni Torado is sitting on the bench with the trainer, Dustin Norris.
And there's Starnes. He's going to knuckleball this over into the backfield. It's mishandled, but he falls on it right away.
That thing spun around out there in the field for a little bit.
That's going to be Dash Kennedy.
Yeah, he gave it a little toe poke. It had that nasty spin on it that threw the returner off a little bit. Wasn't able to fully grasp it. But Giovanni Torado, a big part of this offense, is sitting on the bench right now, I believe with an ankle problem, which explains why there was less running the football on that last drive and no field goal.
So 3:26 remaining here in the first period. 14-6. And the Knights going to start their 3rd drive of the game. First one ended in a touchdown. Second drive ended in a fumble. There's a high snap, and the ball's on the ground again. Picked up now, and he's swarmed by Eagles. Bringing him down.
Starnes again.
Taken down again by Joseph Starnes. A great addition to this team last week, which I found out his older sister and brother, Faith and Michael Starnes, were the ones who convinced him to finally play football. So thank you to them.
Yes.
You know, this is a great addition. We're very thankful for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sisters.
He has absolutely been magnificent out there on the field.
And just coming in and really in the perfect moment for the team as they were gelling. Okay, here it is, 2nd down now. The ball's going to be given up the middle, wrapped up by the Eagle defense. Ball carrier was number 9, Dash Kennedy. So Dash getting into the game a lot here.
Dash doing a little bit of his Josh Kennedy impression of his older brother there, running the football a little bit. Who seems to still be on the sideline.
I was just going to ask.
Yep. He came back for the kickoff after that first touchdown they had, but I haven't seen him since.
So 3rd down now. We'll call it 12 yards.
Are we not running the chains anymore?
Could be 13. We are.
He's got both markers in his hand.
No, it's down. I can see the other one on the left. You're screened out by the pole.
Gotcha.
The lovely pole.
There we go. And a good gang up tackle there by Joseph Starnes and Bryce Anderson to bring him down before he gets the first down.
Jackson Stevens, the ball carrier. That's going to bring up a 4th down now. And we'll see where they mark it.
Looks to be about 5 yards short.
Oh, that's generous. You're a generous ball spotter. I'd say 6.
Well, I am. My view is blocked by that.
The beautiful pole.
That pole and that fancy bench with the thing over top to block the sunlight.
There we go. All right, here's a pass now downfield. They're going to go up at the high point and drop it.
Broken up by Starnes.
Going to be incomplete, but there was a flag on the play.
It came in late, though.
That's going to be offsides on your St. Joseph Eagles.
So trying to high point that reception.
Is that going to be enough?
Was Nathaniel Howard, is that who the receiver was?
And they are going to move the chains.
Okay, so Eagles had him pinned back for 4th down, but a penalty gives them the 1st and 15. The ball's going to be at the 35-yard line for the Knights. There's the snap. Pitch over to the right-hand side. Now turning it up the middle. He's going to break a couple tackles and then go down.
Brought down once again by Joseph Starnes and Jaron Cruz to stop him for about a 3-yard gain.
Dylan Watson, the ball carrier for the Knights.
Man, that was well played by our defense.
Yeah, it was very well covered. They plugged the holes and prevented him from getting as many yards as he could.
So the Knights benefit from the offsides call, get a 1st down, and now move the ball 3 yards as their possession continues here. There's a snap. Oh, bop, dropped on the ground. Now a bad pitch on top of it. Now a throw.
Starnes with the interception.
Oh, and number 14, Dylan Watson, finally gets that pitch back and is way in the backfield, freaks out and tries to get rid of the ball, but sends it right to our defense. Joseph Starnes with the interception, able to get a couple yards after the catch.
So the play was disastrous to begin with Dash Kennedy losing the snap, trying to pitch it back to Dylan Watson, who got the ball, but by that time the rush was upon him. And then, like Peter said, just threw it out there to get rid of it. And right there in the ball's way was Starnes, and it just kind of stuck to him like Velcro.
Yeah, he zeroed in on that one, hauled it in, and was headed up the sidelines far side. And he was only about a man or two from breaking it off for a touchdown.
26 seconds remaining here in the first period of play. 14-6, your Eagles on the opening night of district play out in Kingwood, Texas. There's the snap, far side. Longo picks it up. He's going to throw right side. Picked up this time on a completion.
He finds his fellow freshman Jaron Cruz there out on the flat to get, I believe, back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That's going to put 17 seconds on the clock.
I do want to point out, number 3, Josh Kennedy, is on the sideline with his shoulder pads off. He does not look to be doing well, so I don't think he's going to be coming back into the game.
I didn't see him get hit or anything.
It was just that one tackle.
When he went down that far sideline.
Yeah. And then he did make a tackle on Joseph Starnes on that kickoff, so that could have tweaked it too.
Okay, so it's going to bring up 2nd down now, 15. Pass out to the left-hand side this time. Wrapped up immediately, though, by Dylan Watson. The ball going out to
Colin Roy.
Roy.
Another screen pass.
Yeah, kind of a tunnel screen look.
Yeah.
Coming back towards the backfield in behind his blockers, and ball was put right in his hands, and he cut it upfield. And, he had one guy to beat, and he got a nice tackle.
Yeah, it was a great tackle.
Open field tackle.
And they're going to let the quarter run out here into the 14-6 in favor of your St. Joseph Eagles. We're going to be right back with second quarter action here on the Eagle Game of the Week. And welcome back to, I almost said welcome back to the jungle. thought it was over.
I mean, you might as well call it the jungle.
It's humid. It's we're got surrounded by trees, and don't go that way, Peter, because I know there's an alligator over there in that little.
I'll keep that in mind.
in that little swamp area. You want everybody to be safe here and get home. 14-6 as we start the second quarter of action in opening night of district play. Gil Dominguez, Steve Rayburn, Peter Najvar bringing you all the action from the Healy Sportsplex in Kingwood, Texas. Okay, here we go. Eagles got the ball. Third down and about 9. Oh, falls on the ground. Ball is on the ground. He falls on the ground after it.
Looks to be a bad snap, and Bryce Anderson was not able to control it. He ends up falling on the ground, but Felipe Solon was able to pick it up right before he gets sacked.
Yeah.
Loss of about 4 on the play.
So a little bit of sloppy play all the way around, Peter, on both sides.
Yeah, not something you want to see right now, especially when you're up in the game. This is when you put your foot on the gas and try to execute well so that you can extend that lead.
Right, take the governor off.
Exactly.
Starnes seems to be back in a punt formation.
Fourth down. He's back. He's going to pass, though. Looking, scrambling. Can't run.
He could run. It was pitched back to him, and it gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. Maybe one more than that, but that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, up to the 30-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Knights. And finally, the game is like right in front of our broadcast position, so we can actually see guys.
No more big light pole.
Yeah, it's really nice
now.
to not have that light pole in the way.
Well, even over there, it's all dark and shadowy, and looks a little bit like Halloween.
That is coming up.
It is. It's pretty scary. Although Steve said today, don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
All the way here. He's saying, Gil, don't be scared. So here we go. 1st, 15 for the Knights. It's a quick pitch into the backfield. He's going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage.
That went absolutely nowhere. As
That
he
was-
approached the line of scrimmage, so did Colt Bundick and wrapped him up and stood him up, and then a host of Eagles got him on the ground. So
Yeah, that
Dash
was some
Kennedy, the
great
ball carrier.
defense.
yeah.
Our D-line stood their ground and did not let those blockers move them.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 for the Knights as they check the playbooks on their wrist. Everybody uses the playbooks on the wrist now. Kind of a new modern thing. In the quarterback position is Dylan Watson. He gets the ball. He looks. He's going to pitch, and now he doesn't. Now he's going to throw it downfield, and it's going to be caught on the far sidelines and thrown to the ground by Starnes.
That's going to be about a 20-yard gain, but I think that one's going to come back. You know, they did a full motion on that play, and I think they were lined up incorrectly. The referee threw the flag right as the ball was snapped.
Jax Leatherman, the receiver of that was probably a 25-yard pass.
Yeah.
Complete to Leatherman, but all for naught. And if anything, that alerts Starnes that play is an option.
Yeah, especially since he got beat on that one. He was able to recover to make the tackle right when he caught the ball, but that's something that he's going to have to watch out for now.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've shown it to him. And you know Joseph better than anybody. He's a quick learner.
Especially if basketball plays.
Yeah.
You know, that is the only sport I've played with him.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to move that ball back 5, so it's going to be 2nd down and 20 now for the Knights. They're on the left side of the field, moving to the right, over where the alligators are. And it'll be 2nd down for them. In the backfield, Dylan Watson. He'll pitch the ball back.
Oh, and he's
it's going to
gone.
be busted right up the middle. No one is going to catch him, ladies and gentlemen. Touchdown, Knights.
Dash Kennedy is going to get that pitch back, go straight up the middle, and be completely untouched on that play.
And that's why they call him Dash.
Yeah, there was a lot of speed we saw there. He was shot out of a cannon on that one.
So Dash Kennedy, after several plays that were probably frustrating to him carrying the ball, bust one open here. And that was, 15, 40, 55-yard run by him for the score, making it 14-12 in favor of the Eagles. Setting up for the extra point attempt is the Knights, and this could tie it up, guys.
Yes, sir.
Well, I hope not.
Well, okay. We'll take that.
No, but that was a good run by the sophomore there, who last year he was a lot smaller. He seemed to have gained a bit of size on him there, and gained a bigger role on this team. Last year he was just the kicker. It appears they have a new kicker now, Joshua Zhang, number 44. But Dash Kennedy stepping up into the boots of his older brother and taking action.
Well, I think that's Kevin's fault for feeding him so much at breakfast, lunch, and dinner up at the Kennedy household. This kick is going to be off to the right, or it's going to be good.
It barely got over that crossbar.
Sneaked over the crossbar. So there you go. 8:10 remaining here in the second quarter. All tied up, 14-14 here on the Red Sea Radio Network. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us for exciting Eagle football. Healy Sportsplex. Beautiful Kingwood, Texas. It's a big state. Traveled 2 hours. You didn't even get nowhere near the border. That kickoff now is going to go to little squibbers. Falling on the ball on the far side is going to be number 18. That's Austin Sheffield.
Man, has he done a good job this year? He's been on every kickoff team, and they always squib it to him, and he always covers.
Well, it also helps that they have him covered in Velcro.
There's got to be something. You know,
He didn't get past him.
He's got baseball gloves on or something. You know, he's got big oven mitts or something, because he's securing that ball.
And now he goes to report to his position as center on the play. And we'll set up 1st and 15 for the Eagles. All tied up here, 14 all, 8 minutes remaining here in the second period. Waiting for the snap. There it is. Longo kind of bobbles it, gets it over to Starnes, coming on the left-hand side. He's going to juke one person, get taken down.
A nice run there by Joseph Starnes, bringing up about a 12-yard gain there, but a great tackle by number 14, Dylan Watson, to wrap him up at the legs and stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, Watson was the last one to have a chance at him. Otherwise, he would had nothing but grass in front of him.
I thought he was going to break that.
Yeah, if he would have broke that one, he'd been good night Irene. He was taking it to the house.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 3. Sotolongo in the backfield along with Bryce Anderson. Sotolongo, Anderson on the right. There's the snap. Over to Sotolongo. He's going to get the ball out to his right-hand side. Immediately gets swallowed up. Is Bundick.
Yeah, there's going to be a screen pass on that play, but a little bit of a hesitation on the throw by Felipe Sotolongo. And then after that hesitation, sails it high. So right once Colt catches that ball, he gets hit and taken down to the ground.
And Jax Leatherman bending down to help up Bundick. I don't know if he was slightly shaken up on the play or whatever, but good sportsmanship there by Jax Leatherman, number 24. At the end of that play. So that's going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 3. There's the snap. There's the pitch. Starnes. Now he's going to cut back across his field to the right-hand side. He's going to break one tackle. He's going to get all the way up to the 10-yard line.
And what a run there by Joseph Starnes to weave traffic in and out and get a big yardage gain on that one.
Yeah, that's good vision and good running just in general. But he just he found his open green grass and ran towards it and picked his way up that field. And it looked like for a minute they'd have him bottled up just shy. And he was off to the races after he made that first guy miss.
And another thing I like about him is he always makes the sign of the cross when he gets up after a play.
Yes, sir.
It's always good to see that out of your players.
So here we go. It's 1st and goal now. Ball bobbles on the ground up to Longo, and he throws the ball down into the dirt to Anderson.
It's a little bit unfortunate that he caught that falling on the ground there, because that's going to lose us about 4 yards on that play.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing Sotolongo got the ball as it looked like a bocce ball coming back there to him.
He got rolled back there a little bit.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a pitch back from Joseph Starnes, but it landed at Joseph's feet, and he wasn't able to reach it.
Skyby now the center.
Skyby.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I even had it spelt right and still said it wrong.
That's a tough one.
Skyby.
It's a tough one.
No, you can look at it. It says bye.
Yeah.
Come on, Gil. Look at your writing. Skyby. Gets the snap over to Sotolongo. He's going to throw it out to the left-hand side.
Oh, there we go.
And that's going to be to number 9.
Oh, and that's a fumble.
And a turnover as Colin Roy holds his hands up to his helmet. He can't believe it happened.
Colin Roy with the screen pass on the play and cuts inside, and it runs into 2 defenders, one of them being number 24, Jax Leatherman, who rips the ball straight out of his hands, takes it into his own, and gets about five more yards.
And Patterson goes out and tells Roy, don't worry about it, pats him on the head, and as my coach would say, rub some dirt on it and get back out there. Those are one of those plays, Peter, where you just got to, say, okay, that happened and move on.
Yeah, you can't dwell on those too much, especially a fumble. Fumbles are going to mess with your head too much, so you got to move on to the next play. You got to have that next play mentality so that you can keep on improving.
So another turnover in the game. This time it's by the Eagles. 14-14 is the score. 4:48. We got a nail biter here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here on the Red Sea Radio Network. Going back is Watson. He'll get the pass. Ball, he'll throw it out here to the right-hand side. Gobbled up immediately by the defense.
That was Roy. That was Dagan Curtis. And I think Bryce Anderson was over there too.
Leatherman, the recipient of that ill-fated pass, and they're only going to gain 2 yards on that. So, Steve, the defense is really stepping up here every time they need to.
They really have played well tonight. That they had that one bust in the middle where it was broken off for a touchdown straight up the middle. But otherwise, we had very few busts, and everybody's been doing their job really well.
Watson gets the snap, pitches it to the back to number 9, which is Dash. He'll dash forward, not pick up the first down, but he's going to pick up a chunk of yards.
That's going to give them about 4 more yards until the first down, 5 more yards until the first down. But Dash Kennedy is reminding me a lot of his brother, especially with that little swim move he did with his arm on the juke, showing off his skills.
Yeah.
3rd down and 5 now for the Knights. Clock ticking down here in the second quarter, 3:29. Opening game of district play. We can't tell you how important that is for both of these teams. Get off on the right start on their drive to the district championship. There's the pitch back once again to Dash. Dash is going to spin around and get thrown down to the ground.
That was actually Jackson Stevens on that one.
Yep.
That's going to be a first down on the play.
He's going to move the chains there. Yeah. He's a lot like the runners that we played ball against last week. If he gets a 3 or 4 yard head start, get a head steam, he's tough to deal with. And we've got to kind of bottle them up a little bit more into the backfield and make them make some decisions before they get to the line of scrimmage.
1st and 15, ball at the 35-yard line for the Knights. They check the play, get down in formation. There's the snap. There's the handoff right up the middle. He's going to make some headway, gain a couple yards. They'll give him 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11. A little bit of a sweltery evening here in October.
Yeah, it's humid down here.
I didn't know what to expect, so it's actually my first time wearing long pants. Now I regret it.
Yeah, it might have been the wrong call.
Yeah, there we go. Fake up the middle. Now pass out to the outside. He's going to pick up some yardage. He's got room to run. He's going to get knocked out of bounds. That's Jake Wilson.
Pass to Jake Wilson, and this time he catches the ball and gets plenty more after the catch, finally taken down out of bounds by Joseph Starnes.
That's just inside the 15-yard line, it looks like, where he got down to. So that's going to bring up a 1st and goal.
So the Knights are going to call timeout here with their 1st and goal, 1:57 remaining here in the second period. And, Peter, I think we have some special guests tuning in on the radio tonight.
Yeah, you know, we always have plenty of people listening at home, but a special one right now is Joseph's grandmother, Terry Gormley, is listening back in Bryan from the nursing home. Joseph's older brother, Ben Starnes, a former St. Joseph attendee, he's alumni, he brought her the game so that she can listen to her grandson play some football.
Well, welcome aboard to the Red Sea broadcast, and hope you can join us each week here as we cover your grandson's games and, of course, the Eagle sports, as we do all year long. And thanks a lot for that information.
Yes, sir.
I know the Starnes are sitting right there next to you.
Yeah, I've got my sources.
Sources and methods.
Yeah, that's awesome. This is the greatest part about broadcasting and bringing the game back home to everybody is grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, and extended family. No matter where you're at in the United States, you can tune in to Red Sea and you can listen to the Eagles play.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1st and goal now. And the ball is going to be pitched to the outside, brought down by Starnes. Runner is Dash.
Yes, sir. Once again, Joseph Starnes on defense making great tackles. He brings him down hard on that one, crashing down from the safety position to make a tackle.
Well, Steve, you got the short field here now to protect. That's going to be a little bit help for the defense.
It is more helpful. And on that last play, Colin Roy made a great play. They wanted to go about where they thought he would vacate, and he stepped up and made them go out around him, and Mr. Starnes closed them out.
2nd down and goal. Handoff up the middle. Going to be bottled up, but not until he catches a couple more yards.
A good run there by Dash Kennedy, who lowers his shoulder to get a couple more there to bring him to about the 10-yard line.
That's exactly where they're going to mark the ball. Good eyes, Peter.
I was watching him. I watched him where he put the marker down.
There we go. You got your sources.
Exactly.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down now. Eagles just have to hold him a couple more times on this goal line stand. Keep the score tied up here going into halftime. We've got 40 seconds remaining till the half. There's the pitch back over to the right. It's going to be a pitch pass. He's looking, nobody open. He's going to go to the right now. He's going to get swallowed up.
Man, Colt Bundick closed on that, and along with Felipe Sotolongo, going to close that out.
Dylan Watson not only looking to run, but he looked like he was going to throw the ball too. And, of course, we know he has the skills to do that. Clock continues to run now as the teams don't even try to get up to the line of scrimmage. Oh, they do now, but they're going down unless they're going to call a timeout. 5, 4, 3, 2. No, they're going to stop the clock at 3, so they're going to go for one final play here in the second quarter of play before the half. And a pretty good call there by Coach Kennedy to milk the clock down to one final play.
And just get one shot at it, sure. You don't want to leave it behind and let the Eagles take another shot down the field. So
yeah, and you can be sure he's going to be in his fancy little playbook there trying to cook something up. As you saw earlier in the drive, they did run, and then they surprised us with a pass that got them about 30 to 40 yards down the field.
So it's going to be a 9-yard play for the score. The the Knights have proven that they can move the ball, running, passing, outside, inside. So really their whole playbook is open for this one play to pick up 9 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, and for them, it would be nice if they had their star guy, Joshua Kennedy, in the game. But that doesn't mean that they don't have any ball players. As you've seen here, they had Dash Kennedy break about a 60-yard run for a touchdown. So, they've got other guys that they can use, and that's what they're going to have to do here. They're going to have to utilize all of those guys to see what they can get going.
So this is going to be a momentum changer going into the half. Eagles stop them. It's a momentum changer for them. The Knights score. They're going to go into the half with the momentum and the lead. So we'll see how this all transpires here. One play for the touchdown. Fourth down is the down. 3 seconds on the clock.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and there's a whistle. Going to be timeout,
They're
Eagles.
going to call a timeout.
Two can play that game. Let's see how you line up, and we'll call a timeout and see what we can make an adjustment on defense. I love it.
That's a smart play, especially since you call the timeout right before they snap it, so you see like kind of where they're going at the start of the play. So now it leaves it up to Coach Kennedy. Is he like, okay, do I run the same play? You know, they kind of saw a little bit of it. Do I still stick with it, or is he going to switch it up?
So Will Patterson playing 3D chess.
A little bit of mind games going on.
With Kevin Kennedy, the coach of the Knights. One play for the score.
And keep in mind, your St. Joseph Eagles will receive the ball after halftime. So
that's true. They deferred.
Yeah.
Holding them off here would be very good to get a little head start in the second half.
Well, the defense has done its job so far, holding them to 14 points. Knights scored after turnovers, just like the Eagles. So turnovers really the story of this game so far. Okay, they're going to send 3 players out to the right.
Left.
Oh, out to the left, right. I see, there he is right there. Dylan Watson is going to receive the snap in the backfield. No.
Oh, and it's fumbled.
Fumbled. They're going to pitch it. They're going to fall down on the ball.
Recovered by Colin
Eagles.
Roy.
All right.
Colin Roy hopped on that thing right as time expired in the half, or in the first half, and that's it. We're going to go in tied.
A good stand by your St. Joseph Eagle defense to keep them from getting a score with 3 seconds left.
That's momentum.
That is momentum.
That is momentum.
So Coach Patterson holding down the wire there so nobody trips to get off the field. They got a safety wire so no fans can, that's really going to stop anybody. All right, we're at the half. When we come back after the break, we're going to hear from Aiden Cruz, the offensive coordinator. You're listening to Eagle Football right here on the Red Sea Radio Network. We'll be right back. And welcome back into Healy Sportsplex. Sportsplex.
Fancy name.
It's a fancy name, and they don't tell you about the alligator over there, but I swear there's
gotta be.
There's gotta be all those bushes and the swamp creatures. So we've got a 14-14 ball game here, and as I was saying, Peter, turnovers played a large part in this so far.
A huge part in this game. You know, we started off the game 11 seconds in, fumble on the kickoff, touchdown, puts us up. And then they fumbled again, and then even we fumbled down at the 10-yard line, and that's how they got all the way down to the other side of the field. Luckily, we were able to stop them as the clock was running out.
And, of course, a lot of that is the play calling for the Eagles this year. And our halftime guest on our very first Meet an Eagle segment is Aiden Cruz. Let's go out to him right now.
Joining us for our very first Meet an Eagle of the 2025 season is Aiden Cruz. You may remember him from last year's team, quarterback. Launched the cruise missiles, a few of them. But now this year he's gone up and become the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. And Aiden, welcome to Meet an Eagle.
That's great. I'm glad I'm here.
Now, I want to step back just momentarily. You came to St. Joseph late in your schooling.
Yes, sir.
Transferring over in your junior year.
Yes, sir.
And that was because of your cousin who, another person I really admire is Mr. Perez.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's one of the bigger role models in my life, so I like to say. I don't know if you noticed at the end of the semifinal game last year when we lost, the first person I ran into was him. Mm-hmm. We've always been close, grew up together. We were always at each other's house, playing Xbox, playing Wii, eating together.
Right.
Everything. We did everything together. So.
Well, and moving in your junior year like that, you had a chance to acclimate yourself a little bit with the guys, with the school, even though you weren't on the football team. Football season had already passed by then.
Yeah, so I believe the first sport I played when I got here was baseball, and just growing with Peter and Colt, really developed my relationships with them, and some of the best friendships I have to this day.
Right, and Peter still talks about you on the broadcast all the time, and so you come into the football season, and like I've always told the history, maybe incorrectly, but you were in a really unique situation, ending the Mishler era, 3-year starter here, and all the accolades and everything that he deserved, and then you're here for 1 year only. So what was your mindset going into that season?
Really just to have fun. 6-man football and 11 football are two different things, and I felt 6-man football was a lot more backyard play, and it's a lot more free and loose, and it was just a great time all around. And it's one of the main things to look forward to.
So start of that season, you got some new guys now. Was it hard to get that team to follow you for that senior leadership, or what was that transition?
I think the hardest part was the just game speed. Like practice would be flowing. At times it was a little shaky, 6-on-6. My senior summer was a little shaky. First game was the worst game I've ever played. I had 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 1 for 5, I believe. And it was a real turning point, and just really taught me to slow down and take everything in, because I felt I was moving way too fast for what was going on the field.
Well, did you feel like a lot of it was on your shoulders and being the new kid?
Yeah, definitely the standard was high. And, after the first game, we were down in the dumps. And, I did feel down within myself, but that's when we really came together as a team. It's like, hey, let's fix it. Let's focus. Let's lock in. So, yeah.
Because it was a rough beginning. And not only were you new, but you had a new coach in Forgione, and he was trying to put his fingerprints all over the team and run the style of offense that he wanted to run.
Yeah.
And that was going to be different, and you didn't have a lot of the cast of characters from the previous season. So it wasn't just you being new, it was like a new organization.
Yeah, completely. I want to give a quick shout out to Forgione. He's a great guy, great mentor, great leader, and I was really fortunate to have him as my head coach my senior year. Just around with the guys, he really tapped into our talents. And once we figured out what our talents were, what our strengths were, which was throwing the ball, heavy pass team, we were rolling. We were unstoppable.
That season ends. Did you expect to have that much success going all the way into the finals like you did?
So preseason, we the goal all around was to state champions. That was the mentality we preached. We believed in the weight room, we believed it on the field. And after the first 3 weeks, it did tank a little bit, but Forge really rebought us into the program. And once we figured out, what we were rolling with, the sky was the limit, and we were unstoppable.
Right. So that brings us into this season right here, where now you're the offensive coordinator. And how did that come about?
So I was planning on being an assistant coach. I was going to plan on being with the quarterbacks and developing them a little bit more. And then I was approached by Patterson. He's like, hey man, I need an OC. And me being me, I started naming guys that I thought would have been fit for the role. And he was like, no, I want you to do it. I was like, I'm honored, but I feel like I'm not the best candidate. He's like, I'll help you, don't worry. And he's been there with me every step of the way so far, and I've been thankful for it. So
it's kind of like what Juan told him about being head coach.
Yeah.
They're looking for a head coach, and he says, well, I'm looking at a head coach right in front of me. Yeah. And that's how that transpired as well. So now you're finally turning the corner with this year's team, working with a whole new group of kids that were just playing junior high ball last year.
Yes, sir.
What was that mentality like in the initial summer and then first games?
So last year, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, they were undefeated district champions. They had almost an undefeated season. They had 1 loss to leave Valor Prep. So, energy was high. After last season coming in this year, energy was extremely high. And, with that being said, week 1 came around, we played a really good Alpha Omega team. It was Alpha Omega, yes. And they hit us in the mouth, which is okay. That happens in football, right? You get knocked down, you're going to pick yourself back up. How are you going to respond to it? And that was the biggest message to the guys. Like, when you're up against a brick wall, you face adversity, how are you going to respond to it? And I think the boys have done a tremendous job responding to it. We haven't had an easy preseason whatsoever. And I think the boys have responded tremendously, and we're ready to hit the ground rolling.
Well, last week I really felt it was your breakout game.
Yes.
Everything seemed to click together. The aggression level was high. The guys were hitting them, tackling them. Excellent play calling. I love the plays that you call and everything. They're innovative and they're spontaneous, it seems like. Is that how it is for you?
So one of the biggest things I've learned about being an OC is that you're planning for the next play 3 plays ahead of that play.
Mhm.
So it's like you're constantly setting up, and when the moment's finally right, you get to play. But last week, we did a great job, like you said, with like our aggression. Something flipped in our heads, and like we're finally top dogs. Like we're tired of getting stomped on. We're tired of getting rolled through. So we want to be the aggressor for once, and they did a tremendous job of it. Like all around, I believe we had 5 different guys with touchdowns, and it was great. Whoever we threw in the backfield, they were ready to roll.
Well, especially the running game that really seems to have a lot. You got 4 good runners now that you can go to, and pound it, run fast, have speed. Is that that? I mean, I don't even know if you threw a pass in the second half last week.
Yeah, so they couldn't stop a run game. It was very, very apparent that they just refused to tackle our guys, which is great. We're gonna let our big dogs eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't stop Gio. They couldn't stop David. We threw Joseph and Cole back then. They couldn't stop them either. So feed our guys, let them cook, let them do what they're best at, playing football.
Right, and now you got a new weapon with Starnes joining the team. You didn't have that the first few weeks. How are you involving him?
So we tried him out at receiver a little bit, like what I saw, and he's just an all-around great guy to have on the team. He brings a lot more energy. I believe him, Cole, Colin, Felipe, they all bounce off each other real nice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice little jolt of energy.
All right. Well, listen, thanks a lot for your time today. I know you got a JV game behind me, and you're going to go call some plays for them. So anyway, thanks a lot, and welcome to Meet an Eagle, and good luck the rest of the season.
First of all, like you were saying, the Eagles will receive the second half kick here at Healy Sportsplex. And here with the call, Steve Rayburn.
All right, your Eagles taken to the field. They will be receiving the kickoff. Back deep, number 5, Felipe Sotolongo kicking for the Knights. It's number 9. It's a squibber, and it is. We missed it. And the ball's covered by the Knights. 35-yard line. We missed a squibber. It squirted away, and the Knights were there to cover it, and they're going to take over. 1st and 15 from your Eagles' 35-yard line.
Well, that squanders our advantage of getting the kickoff on the third quarter, Peter.
Yep, and that was an uncharacteristic, recovery by Austin Sheffield. We've seen him be very consistent with those, but that took a nasty bounce on that one to bounce over his head there. So that's going to be a hard one to cover. So you can't blame him for that.
All right. Dylan wants you up back. Dash Kennedy's your back. Pitch to Dash Kennedy. He's running straight up the field. Breaks the near side. He's gone. He's up the sideline. 10-9.
And that's going to be a touchdown for Dash Kennedy there. A rising star for this team here who takes the pitch and hits the outside corner and goes pretty much untouched all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, and once Dylan Watson got the ball, he pitched it back to him, and he became his blocker. And they went almost up the gut, middle of the field, and then broke it immediately out here to this near sideline, and they were off to the races.
Yeah, Dylan Watson met that first guy, and then it was green grass from there.
Once again, not the way you want to start the third quarter. You think you're going to get the ball and have the offense out there and maybe make a drive, and the wheels come off.
Yeah, after this PAT, that's going to be something that Patterson's going to talk to his guys about. Okay, we let that one get out of hand, but here you settle in. Let's play some football.
Joshua Zhang here with a PAT. And the PAT is
up and good.
And good, yep. It just got over that crossbar again. That's the second time it just shaved that crossbar getting over. But he got it over, and that's all that matters.
That's true. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter how it looked.
Yeah. So the third quarter starts out just like the first quarter with a touchdown in 9 seconds.
You don't want to be on that end of that as it happens like that. But, and we've seen it all year long, somebody goes up, no lead is really safe in 6-man ball. So, We're going to line it up and kick it again. Back again is Felipe Sotolongo to receive for your Eagles, and kicking off for the Knights is number 9 again, Dash Kennedy. Teeing the ball up.
And if I'm not mistaken, was it who was the homecoming king?
His older brother, Josh Kennedy, who is not in the game right now due to a shoulder injury.
Squibber by Kennedy. Does not go.
Doesn't
10
quite
yards.
go 15 yards
50
there.
yards, sorry. Did
About
not-
2 yards short.
Yep. It's just shy, and that is the ball will be placed there for your Eagles for play.
So that's so dangerous.
Yep.
Because if that ball just goes over the line, then it's a live ball.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw that exact onside kick a lot last year, and it caused a couple problems for the line judges because it was hard to see who touched the ball or not.
Okay.
So they had to meet a couple of times to see.
So Longo back deep. Colin Roy is your up back. Snap back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo with the pass. It's complete. And Joseph Starnes picks up about 5 on that
That's going to be a
pass.
nice catch there by Joseph Starnes on a little out route. Looks to be running a little bit of a hurry-up offense here for St. Joseph. Trying to get some momentum going after that last touchdown that Kingwood had scored.
All right. Again, Sotolongo's deep. And you have Colin Roy's up back. Split out wide is Starnes. And that's Colt Bundick out there, far right. All right. Waiting for the snap. Snaps back. Sotolongo out to Colin Roy. No, Colt Bundick. That's Colt Bundick. And Colt Bundick picks up about maybe another 5 yards.
That's a good little gain there on that screen pass. Colt Bundick makes a couple shifty moves to get past 2 defenders on that one before he goes out of bounds.
That's almost that tunnel look like we saw earlier that Colin Roy ran. He's coming back towards the quarterback, and the ball goes out to him, and then he cuts in behind his blockers. All right. So here we go. Up to the line of
Shaking the
scrimmage.
bleachers.
Ball goes back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo's running. Whoa, and
that's
slings
gonna
it
be,
out here near side, out of bounds. There's no receiver in the area.
That should be an intentional grounding. He didn't throw it past the line of scrimmage, but it looks like they're going to let us slide on that one.
Maybe somebody wasn't.
No,
where
that was a complete, guys. To Jackson Carey.
Yeah, to the Jackson Carey, the coach on the sideline.
I missed that one. Okay.
He hasn't had a completion in a long time, so you got to give him props on that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to call it.
No, I didn't see anybody out there. So, all right, snap back. There we go. Nope, he's not calling for it yet. Okay. All right, snap back. Nope. Sotolongo's calling for the ball. There we go. He has Sotolongo back to Starnes. Starnes has the ball. He flips it forward. Now, who's that?
Austin Sheffield gets the reception.
I couldn't get the number, but he shoveled past it up to Austin Sheffield for the completion, but he does not gain enough for to move the chains, get the first down. So the ball's going to go back over on downs to the Knights, and it's going to be about the 40-yard line?
Yeah, and Kingwood's defensive ends were crashing hard on that play and did not give Joseph Starnes that much time to make a decision. Gets wrapped up and takes a last-ditch effort to get rid of the ball, sends it to Austin Sheffield.
Yeah, it's going to be about the 37-yard line, Kingwood side of the field. And it's going to be 1st and 15, Kingwood.
22-14.
Yeah.
8:33 remaining here in the third period of play.
All right, who's back deep? That looks like, again, Dash. Pitch back, quarterback. Oh, he almost lost a handle that ball. And it passed to number 11. It is complete. And that is about a 12-yard pickup. Just going to be just shy of picking up a first down. That pass was complete to number 11, Jackson Stevens. And I think didn't it come from Dash Kennedy?
Yeah, it seemed to be what looked to be a broken play, but Dash was able to get out wide a little bit to get himself some time. Makes a pass to to Jackson Stevens, who is then tackled by Joseph Starnes about 2 yards short of the line to gain.
Kennedy was almost sacked in the backfield on that play.
It was close.
Really close. Yep.
But, you know, Dash has some speed to him per his name.
Pitch back to and he's gone.
There he goes.
There goes Jackson Stevens straight on the far side of the field, took it right up the gut, broke it out to the far sideline, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and Coach Kennedy is
Knights.
deep in his bag with that one. Runs a fake pitch to the left and gives a little dive handoff to one of the upbacks to send him to the right.
And almost a delay. Kind of
Yeah,
a delay.
it had that little
handoff.
delay to it to make the defense really draw to that pitch. And then after he handed the ball off, there was nothing but green grass.
It kind of froze everybody on our defense, and they had the eyes in the backfield, but it's enough to freeze them and catch him kind of flat-footed, and he was off to the races after that. All right.
So that's going to make it 28-14 now as they wait for the point after.
Josh Zhang with the he gets
And
over.
he makes it.
Just barely again, but it doesn't matter. Just has to cross.
I've noticed that it
very flat.
It could be the hold, but he's kicking the block that they're putting the ball on top of, which is why he's getting not very much power on that kick.
Right.
But that play they ran before, they ran that exact play against us as the second play for their offensive drive, the first drive of the game, and they fumbled the ball on the handoff, and that's how we got the ball back. So they executed it well that time.
Yeah.
Goes the other way.
That delay handoff was something that was just froze the whole defense. All right, with 7:44 left in the third quarter, your Eagles trail 14-30 to the Kingwood Knights.
And what a tale of two halves, Steve.
Yeah, you know, we looked a little flat in that last possession. Of course, the first one was on the kickoff. We turned it over, but this last possession looked a little flat. You know, just waiting for the guys to kind of wake up from the halftime a little bit.
It was an extra long halftime because they had a homecoming, but no excuse to come out and be flat in the third quarter as Kennedy gets set to kick off again. It's going to be another squib coming up.
And it's already been touched by by one of the Knights before it ever made 10 yards. 15 yards, and they're going to place it at the 35? Is that right? Or on the 40, directly on the 40?
Directly on the 40.
Yeah, directly on the 40 for play for your Eagles. It's going to be 1st and 15 Eagles from the 40-yard line, right from midfield. Looks like coming out in offensive personnel, you have Sotolongo back deep. You have up-backs in both Colin Roy and also Bryce Anderson. Snap goes back, pitch back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo has the ball. He's scrambling. He's coming near side, up the sidelines, and picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds by number 24.
He was tomahawked there down.
And he was hit hard from behind and from the side there by number 11, Jackson Stevens, and number 24, Jax Leatherman, who was trailing behind him. But gets right back up, eats that hit, and is back in there.
He's going to pick up about 4 on that play. It's going to bring up about 2nd and 11.
So it looks like they have him covered pretty well downfield. And they're going to have to think a little bit more imaginative pass routes.
Snap goes back so long flares out a pass to Starnes, in and out of the hands of Starnes.
Oh, and they're calling a fumble on that play, but that was a forward pass.
Yeah, that was a forward pass.
That was clearly a forward pass.
Yeah.
But seemed to be a little bit of miscommunication between Felipe and Joseph Starnes. Joseph Starnes backpedaling for the screen pass, but Felipe throws it back to just behind the line of scrimmage. Could have been thinking of 2 different screen passes. Yeah. There's the right call.
Yeah,
he calls it incomplete.
Yeah, it's incomplete. Yeah, it was very close, but it was you know, if you were paying attention, looking down the line of scrimmage, you could see it was a forward pass, and that ball falls incomplete. That was intended for Starnes. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about 11. Starnes back deep. Your up backs are Sotolongo and Bryce Anderson. Snap, pitch back to Starnes has the ball. He's running it far side, breaks the tackle. The second guy brings him
and a
down.
good tackle there by Dash Kennedy.
Yeah, good open field, nice form tackle, and brings him down. I don't think he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Maybe just barely, but that's going to be a 4th down and about 11.
Yep, that's going to bring up a 4th down for your Eagles.
So Dash Kennedy playing a whale of a game for the Knights.
Okay. So
forces a 4th down here.
So long as in the middle. Roy split right. Anderson split left. Here near side, you have 2 receivers, Starnes, and you have Colt Bundick.
Longo looking over at Aiden Cruz to see what he wants to do. He
Ball
gets
snap.
to play.
He's waiting. He's looking downfield. He's trying to get away. It breaks down, and they sack Soto Longo. The ball gets away, fumbled away, but goes out of bounds. And that ball is going to go over on downs, and the Knights are going to take over there. Looks like where they're going to spot it, just on the Eagles' 39-yard line, 38-yard line.
Yeah, Soto Longo had a good amount of time there to sit in the pocket and read the play, but I think Colton Bundick had ran the wrong route and was not on the same page with Felipe Sonalongo and Aiden Cruz, and the play falls apart.
Yeah, it broke down pretty quick in the backfield too, and once it broke down, he either had to get rid of it or take the sack, and he was sacked and lost that ball. All right. Eagles defense is up to the ball. Knights are up to the ball. Let's see who's going to. Can't see a number on that jersey. That's going to be snapped back to Dash. He comes up the field, middle of the field, picks up about 5 or 6 yards, which was brought down by a host of Eagles.
And that was Dylan Watson with the carry there.
Okay,
a good solid run. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards on that one too.
And on the tackle was Dagan Curtis. He was right in the middle of that stop right there. Good play by Dagan Curtis. It's going to bring up about a 2nd down and, 10.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough for non-governmental work.
All right. Knights are up to the ball. Number 14, Dylan Watson up back, and number 9, Dash Kennedy back deep. Pitch to Kennedy. Over Kennedy's head. It's a fumble. Ball is rolling on the ground.
And it's picked up
by Colt Bundick and returned to the 25-yard line where he was brought down. Big fumble. And again, we're back into the turnover cycle.
Yep, and
right?
that's why you don't give up on the play. You always play 100%. And Colt shot off the line there and was able to pick up the ball before Dash Kennedy was able to recover there.
All right. Well, here we go. The Eagles going to take over at the 25-yard line. All right, the Eagles come to the Eagles are coming to the ball now. Looks like Sotolongo's back deep, and flex to the left side of him is Bryce Anderson.
Opportunity for the Eagles here after the turnover, 30-14. 5:38 remaining here in the third quarter. Be a great time to get a score in.
Absolutely, coming in motion. Oh, man, he's running for his life. Felipe's rolling out far side. He's flipped it up and into the hill. And almost, Colin Roy just about had that one reeled in. That would have been a touchdown, and it was just that close. He looked over his shoulder just about the time the ball came in, and he might have lost it in these darker parts.
He barely even reached that with one hand. I would have been surprised if he brought that in. But Felipe Sotolongo puts a little bit of air under it, lets Colin Roy run under it, and just barely out of his reach there.
Little bit of a broken play, too, as the snap rolled up to Sotolongo, and he had to bend down and actually pick it up, which created the atmosphere of the broken play, made him scramble.
Yeah. Snap back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo comes near side, wants to throw it. Throws it out of bounds. That was intended for Joseph Starnes. It goes incomplete. It's thrown out of bounds.
You know, if Felipe runs out of space quick there and is just trying to get rid of it, and
there's just nothing there.
Nothing doing.
No. And really, honestly, that was really probably about the best play for him to play, is just to go ahead and get rid of it and play play for another set of downs and not try to force it because there was plenty of defenders over there to step in front.
That's going to bring up a third down, and a timeout is called by the Knights. We'll be right back. You're listening to Eagle Football right here on the Red Sea Radio Network.
All right. Pass from Sotolongo to number 34, Dagan Curtis. And it's a carry, but
there's a flag on the play,
and backfield.
Looks like that's going to be a roughing the passer.
Yeah, he got a little sporty with Mr. Sotolongo there in the backfield and slung him down late, way behind the play, and that's going to cost you 15 yards every time.
But a good play by Dagan Curtis to receive the ball and get upfield. Yeah,
Curtis, he was just a bit shy of getting the first down. If he would have stayed with that spot, and that's going to place the ball about the. Oh, let me see.
He'll mark it off. You know what I noticed, guys, is these bigger linemen, the seniors and everything, they rush in there, and they reach Sotolongo, which is, maybe about 4'11" on a good day. And, and they feel that they can just throw him around like a rag doll, and that gets the best of them, and that's what they do, and then they get penalized for it.
Yep.
Getting a little too excited out there.
After penalty, ball be placed at 21-yard line. Snap back, Sotolongo has it coming near side, rolling out, looking for somebody. Oh, and he throws it out of bounds.
Felipe running out of space fast again, just as previous earlier in there. That not having great blocks for his for him to sit in the pocket there and really just read the defense and find an open guy. So he's catching the ball, rolling out, and then it's, your guy's open or you're passing it out of bounds.
Right. Well, Starnes was the only man in the area, and it was probably a really good idea not to force that one in there because you're right about the 10 yards out? 10 yards out from the end zone. So make these count. Snap back, pitch back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo with the pass. Oh, he sails it just high of Joseph Starnes. Joseph Starnes was wide open in the end zone, went just a tad bit high, and
just a little bit out of the reach of Joseph Starnes' hands. Reaches up one, and it appears to be just a fingertip too far.
Yeah, that was close. All right.
But Felipe Sotolongo getting used to having that rush in his face. If you saw, he was thrown off of his back foot there, which is why that ball settled a little bit.
Right.
Something he's got to get used to. Set the feet, throw, lean forward.
Yep, 4:27 left in the third quarter. Your Eagles trail 30-14. All right. Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. Ball snap. Pitch back Sotolongo. Sotolongo's under pressure, rolling out near side, around the end, and out of bounds about the 8-yard line. Yeah, 7 or 8 yard line right there. So they're going to place that ball.
I think he's got enough for the first.
He gets a decent amount of yardage there, but it's first. We're in goal right now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fourth and about 7.
Yep. Fourth down and about 7. Goal line stand here by the by Covenant Prep Knights. They're playing some pretty good defense, and your Eagles are in there swinging with haymakers as well. We just missed a couple passes, and here we are, fourth down. This is where you make it count. You have Sotolongo is up back. Behind him is going to be
Bundick,
or he's flexed to the left. And Sotolongo ready for take the snap. Ball snap to Sotolongo. Sotolongo with pitch to Bundick. Bundick around the left side, and he's in for a touchdown.
And a great play call there by Aiden Cruz to run the counter there instead of the normal pitch. Throws off Kingwood's defense, and nothing but green grass there for Cole Bundick.
Is that what that little stutter step was to the right?
Yeah, they take that one step to the right, and he kind of throws his arms up like he's going to pitch the ball to trying to fake them, and then they turn around, sprint as hard as they can to the other side and pitch it. And then he's got that lead blocker in his quarterback, and then it's you trust those two guys to go make a play.
And that was a great run by Bundick. Once he got that edge. He finally got that edge. He turned it straight up, and he ran straight for that front marker of the end zone. So PAT is going to be we have no kicker, so out to Sotolongo. Pass to Colin Roy, and it just went through his hands, and he was wide open there.
That was a great throw by Felipe Sotolongo.
That was a timing
Threw
pass.
it out of Colin Roy's break, and Colin, not expecting the ball, didn't have his hands ready, and so he wasn't able to secure the ball.
Yeah. So 4:13 left in the third. Your Eagles still trail, but by less at 30-20.
You know, I forgot all about the non-kicker aspect of the PHE now, and that's going to put the Eagles at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, both of our kickers are out right now. David Hagerman is on the sideline with a foot issue, and Giovanni Torrado has left the field with a concussion. I think he was escorted to the hospital about at halftime.
Well,
not something you like to see. You know, this team has been riddled with concussions this year.
You know, the injury is a big part of the game, and it's unfortunate, but you know it does happen, and we just hope the guys heal up quickly and get back out on the field. We're going to need them down the stretch. All right, kicking off Starnes. Oh, he boots it a good ways, and it's rolling up to about the 10-8, 7-yard line. Picked up. Ball's picked up by number 11.
Oh, that's a holding. That's going to come back.
Flag on the play. That one's going to come back, guys. Nice. It's going to be a nice run by Jackson Stevens. No.
Jackson's
that's going to be
Dylan Watson, who's going to make a good return.
Nice.
He's going to score on that, but there's going to be a holding.
Yeah.
They held Bryce Anderson there on the outside, and so Bryce was not able to seal off the outside like he was going to had he had not been held.
Yeah. Yeah, Bryce Anderson was in a good position. He could have probably made a play on that one, but holding Bryce Anderson is going to bring that ball back, and that ball looks like they're going to place that ball.
That was way back at around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to say it occurred about the Where are they going to bring it back to?
Well, the yard marker's still moving.
Yep.
There they go, 30-yard line.
Yep. Ball's going to be placed for play at the 30-yard line, and those kind of mental mistakes that'll drive you crazy if you're a coach.
Especially if you were the guy that scored the touchdown.
Right. All right. Well, the Knights' offense is out on the field. They're going to replace the ball center in the field. All right. Your Eagles' defense is up to the ball, and we're having a discussion here with the officials here in the middle of the field. I don't know. I don't know what's going
Talking
on.
to
Coach is trying to figure it
Patterson
out too. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
I think Coach Patterson is saying that
that's where the hold occurred. I think that's what he's saying. The hold occurred at that spot of the field.
It should be going.
You should be backwards from that. Your penalty should be marked off from that spot.
From the spot of the foul.
Right.
Did they also place it in the middle of the field? I believe it should be on the right hash since he was on that right side of the field when the foul occurred, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, they're having a spirited discussion about it. Now Coach Patterson has everybody's attention out there.
I don't see a white hat.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, I believe our white hat is wearing a black hat.
Oh, okay. That'd be the gentleman with his back to us, right? I think he's, yeah.
No, the
person that's talking to Will.
Yeah.
The furthest inside, I believe, is the.
That's your white hat?
Wait a minute. Do we have 3 refs?
Yeah, we have 3.
Just 3?
Yep, that's all we had.
Okay, Will has the look of resignation on his face.
Yeah, I think he had a point because I think that's where the penalty occurred, but that should be where they stepped off the yardage from, but I don't think they did that.
Oh, and a deep pass.
Oh, deep pass caught by number 1. That's Jake Wilson. And he shakes off the tacklers, and he's off to the races for a touchdown. Spikes the ball in the end zone.
And that's going to be a flag.
Picks up the flag right there.
That's going to be an excessive celebration for throwing the spike down. But a great play there by Jake Wilson. Catches the ball and shakes off 3 of our defenders before he runs into the end zone.
Yeah, he did a great job. He actually had to wait on the ball to get to him.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a quacker. You know, he threw it up in the air, had a lot of air under it. But there is nobody close to him, so he had plenty of time to catch that ball.
Yeah, it just floated gently into his hands, and then we got over there, made a good play on it after the fact, but he's big enough and strong enough. He shook off our tacklers, and that was it. All right, so PAT is next, coming up to kick the PAT's number 44. That's Josh Zhang for your Knights there, and he has just been getting it over the crossbar all night long. I mean, just barely.
You know, he's using a big block for them to hold the ball on. It looks to be a 2-inch block.
That one he got much higher over the bar. So
yeah, that one was more of a clean contact with the ball.
All right, so 3:44 in the third, and your Eagles trail 38-20.
Well, that took a little steam out of the Eagles, that whole not scoring and then getting the ball back for the Knights and having them score and then have it called back. Yeah. And then score again right on the very first play.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of dragging of feet right now from the St. Joseph team, which is something that Patterson's got to pick up on and then be like, all right, guys, enough of this. You know, we're not playing this pity me crap, oh, whoa, me. You know, this is something where, like, okay, you're down 18 points. All right, it's not going well. Turn it around. Let's go play some football. You know, next play mentality.
Yeah, and these guys know how it's done. I mean, they were in a big time fight last week, and they were in there throwing haymakers along with the other guys, and so they know how it goes.
Yeah,
you just got to get their heads up and play some ball.
I wonder if it's just because of the injuries that are bringing them down. You know, they lost Giovanni Torado in this game, and that could be a morale decreaser because last game, you know, they were in situations similar to this, but they were energetic, they were enthusiastic, and they wanted to play football. But now it kind of looks like they don't really even want to be here.
Yeah, Torado was a big part of that game last week and refusing to go down and kind of took the game into his own hands, running the ball. They couldn't stop him, and that certainly adds a lot of momentum to the team, to the bench, to the players that are on the field, to the defense that goes out there and then wants to hold them so they don't get the extra yards and the extra points.
The Knights be kicking off from their 25-yard line.
15.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading it wrong. Yep, 15-yard line. Kick goes back over the head of Sotolongo. Sotolongo reels it in about the 15-yard line. He brings it near side. He makes the first man miss, and he's good move. Sidesteps the second one, and the rest of the team catches up, and they bring him down about the 10 or 11-yard line is where they stop his forward momentum.
Yeah, you know, they were playing really high up since the ball was only at the 15, but their kicker put it down at the 10, so Felipe had to run backwards to go and grab that ball and then didn't have much time to work with there.
Yeah, a little bit of a change of pace from the squibs that they had been doing.
Yeah, that was something they were fully expecting. They were playing everybody up short, and it looked like they were going to have Dash Kennedy kick another squib, but they had another player from the other side come up and kick it as far as he could.
All right. Snap goes back, pitch back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo winds up, completes it to Starnes. Starnes makes first man miss, and he's just shy about a yard and a half of picking up a first down. That's about 14 yards on that completion.
And a good crossing route there by Joseph Starnes. Felipe Sotolongo able to find him at about in the middle of the field. Joseph Starnes makes a backward juke to avoid the first man to get a couple more yards.
Yeah.
Good move.
Absolutely. All right, your Eagles back up to the ball. Sotolongo back deep. Anderson or Roy are your up backs. Pitch back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo has the ball, and he lets it fly. Oh, and it's just barely over the head of Starnes.
You know, something we've been seeing a lot today from Sotolongo, just putting a little bit too much gas behind the ball, just barely out of Joseph Starnes' reach.
Yeah.
If he caught that, that was probably a touchdown. I trust Joseph Starnes to outrun all of those players.
Yeah, he already outran two of them. He had three defenders rolling with him. Two were trailing, and one was about a full step behind him in that route. So if he would have caught it, it would have been gonzo. All right. Your Eagles back up the line of scrimmage. Sotolongo back to take the snap.
So that would have been a Longo Gonzo.
That would have been a long gonzo.
That's a new one.
All right. Snap back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo pitches to Colt Bundick. Colt Bundick. Oh, he's gobbled up right away. They were back in the backfield about as quick as they could be, and they dropped Colt about the 14-yard line. That's going to be a loss on the play.
You know, we ran that tight formation, but you know, it didn't really look like we ran that tight formation because all of their defensive ends on the line were straight through our line in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, the Knights put on a nice blitz there.
Yeah, and no room for Colt to work with there.
So 4th down. Pitch back to Sotolongo. Sotolongo, he runs with it right back up the middle. He's carrying the ball, and he is met by 2, 3, 4, and they finally bring him down. He got hit by 4 defenders to kind of finally bring him down there, and that's about the 15-yard line, and that's going to be 4th down. So the ball's going to go over on downs, and the Knights will take over at the Eagles' 15-yard line.
Yeah, you know, Felipe Sotolongo trying to do what he can to get that first down. You know, didn't have anything downfield, tried to take it with his feet, but there were too many people crashing down on him for him to break all of those tackles.
2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter, 38-20. If you're the Eagles or an Eagles fan, you do not want to see the Knights score on this possession.
Ball goes back to Dalen Watson. Dalen Watson back to pass. He flips it up, and he catches it out of bounds.
That was a great catch there by Jax Leatherman with the one hand, but he was out of bounds.
And great defense by the Eagles. That they pushed him about as far as they could, just with contact to the sidelines. And he went up for the ball and high pointed the ball, but when he came down, both feet were out of bounds, and that was not going to make it happen for him.
But a very athletic one-handed catch.
Absolutely.
That's the kind you see in the NFL.
All right. So, again, Dylan Watson back deep for the Knights. Deep at safety is Sotolongo for your Eagles. Pitch back to Dylan Watson. Dylan Watson goes far side, brings it back up to the middle, back out far side again. He's going to the end zone. He's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Oh, and that's going to be a late hit on Colt Bundick.
Well, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was plenty into the end zone, and Colt gave him a little shoulder check to set him on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, Dylan Watson wanted to come back and have some words with him, but his teammates wisely pushed him away.
Now another flag went up in the air, and I think Colt got lost. I don't think he thought he was in yet. I think he just got turned around the field.
It could be that. It could be frustration, but
yeah.
Will talking to him on the sideline.
Based on the body language, it was probably on purpose.
So they'll figure this one out. The score is in, though, 44-20, 1:46 remaining in the 3rd period. And, Peter, this is where you don't want to get anybody hurt.
Yeah, you know, you're running out of time to make some plays, and offense isn't really clicking. So you can probably try for one more drive, put your best guys in. But if nothing turns out of that, it's more of a play conservative, you know, just trying to drain the clock out because if nothing's going, then nothing's going. Especially with all the injuries that you already have. You know, you're missing a lot of guys right now, and it is only the first game of district. So
next week you got Second Baptist, which is has not won a game all season, so a very good opponent for the Eagles to maybe notch their first district win.
All right, Josh Zhang is lining up for the PAT.
So they're going to call a personal foul on both St. Joseph and Kingwood, and they're going to offset.
All right, well, they're going to kick it from. Okay.
So the ball's not going to move at all.
Not going to move at all. All right. I think it's kind of to rein everybody in just a little bit. It kind of starting to get a little spirited.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't they assess that on the kickoff anyway?
No.
All
right, and the PAT by Zhang is good. And with 1:46 left in the 3rd, the Knights go up 46-20 on your Eagles. All right. Well, you know, this has been a pretty well fought one. I feel like it's kind of tilting their way right now, and we're having a little bit of issues getting the ball to move. We had some opportunities and we missed on it. Had a few nice passes down the field, and we missed just by an inch or two. And you know, it's hopefully we can get the ball in this possession and go down the field and do something with it. That would go a long way of getting the guys back in the spirit.
Yeah, you know, but you're seeing a lot of walking on the field. You're seeing a lot of heads hanging, you know, and so that's something they're going to have to improve on, and you know, coach is going to have to talk to them about. You know, the game's not over.
Right.
You know, it's not even the fourth quarter. You can't be hanging your head. You can't be dragging your feet. You know, you got to come to play every single snap, and so they have to treat it like, you know, the game is not over and they can still win.
Kickoff's being teed up by number 9, Dash Kennedy. Back to return for your Eagles, number 5, Felipe Sotolongo.
So we see which way they play this here, squib or long. It's like a heads or tails.
Squibber by Kennedy, straight into the arms of
Bryce Anderson secures that one and falls on the ground.
Yeah, that was
smart play there by number 4.
Great hands by Anderson. He reached right up there and pulled it down and got down on the ground just like he taught to do it. And that's going to place the ball right at the 35-yard line for your Eagles, and they'll be placed there 1st and 15. Offense has come out on the field. You have Sotolongo deep, flex far side. Left side is Jaron Cruz, and flex to the right is Colin Roy. Pitch back to Sotolongo from Roy. Sotolongo swallowed up in the backfield by number 11, Jackson Stevens, and he's dropped for about almost a 10-yard loss, it looks like.
Yeah, you know, Sotolongo does not have much time back there, and there's not really much of anywhere for him to go. So he's going to be brought down for a big loss there on about 9 yards.
Yeah.
So are they not able to put some bodies on those rushers, or the formation isn't allowing for it?
Yeah.
The formation is definitely allowing for it, but I'm not seeing anybody, you know, want to go up and hit those big guys on the defensive line.
All right, pitch back. Sotolongo has the ball. He's rolling far side. Nice pass, and he connects up with Colt Bundick. Colt Bundick gets about probably almost 10 of those yards back, 10 or 15 of the yards back, and the ball's going to be placed. 3rd down and about, 20, 23. 40 seconds left, clock's ticking. Eagles offense is out on the field. They're looking back to the sideline for the play. Sotolongo's deep.
Oh, and they're going to press up on Colt Bundick. I don't know if that's the right decision there.
Yeah, if Bundick gets past him, it's going to be not a good choice. Oh, and they're back. Oh, and they sack Sotolongo, and Sotolongo coughs up the ball. It's on the ground, and it's covered.
They're going to call a fumble.
The fumble's recovered by number 11, Jackson Stevens, about the 23-yard line or so.
Yeah, and you know, Colt Bundick was there. That play was there, and Felipe saw him. He was looking at him, and he was reeling back to throw, but that's right when he got hit. And, you know, that's your blockers at that point. You know, if he doesn't have enough time to catch the ball and then throw, then, you know, there's something wrong. And so Felipe being brought down really quick on that one, not expecting it, so the ball comes out.
Yeah, and we're lining up in a real tight formation there on the line of scrimmage, and it's bringing more defenders in closer to the quarterback. And, man, that they're just laying their ears back and that they're just flying in there. So kind of tough on Sotolongo. He's got to have a moment for one of his guys to get out and get into his pattern good and get rid of that ball, but he's just not having a chance. All right. Pitch back pass for number 14. Dylan Watson out to number 9. Is that number 9, Dash Kennedy?
17. Gavin Green is going to receive that one and get back to about the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
A nice little nifty little play that had him motioned him out to the side, snapped the ball, and then
but the Eagles
delivered
defense
it out
closed.
to the flat. But they were all over that play.
They closed on that, and they shut that right down.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter of play with your score, the Knights 46 and the Eagles 20 points. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right here from Kingwood. And welcome back into Eagles Knights here. As fourth quarter begins. Eagles down 46-20 here as play resumes.
Pass goes out from from Kennedy to Dalen Kennedy. Who is that? I can't see. I can't get the number on those jerseys.
It was from Dylan Watson to Dash Kennedy.
Dash Kennedy, okay. And it goes incomplete. Goes right through his hands, and that's going to bring up a second down. Second down at about 15 yards.
Just a little bit short on the pass, and Dash tries to come back to it and falls to the ground, but not able to quite reach it on that one. He did have his man beat, though.
9:55 remaining here. Just started the fourth quarter if you're just joining us here on the Red Sea Network. 46-20. Eagles digging a big hole right now that they got to get out of. And there's the snap back. Give it to Kennedy around the left-hand side. He's going to try and make some yardage, but he's going to be brought down on the play.
Colt Bundick is going to be all over that play on the edge. He steals the edge, and then Dash Kennedy comes to him. He's like, no, sir, you're going down on the ground.
Nice cleanup work, though. Colt Bundick and Joseph Starnes on that play on the defense. They crashed down on that and shut that down. No real yards on that play, maybe a half at best.
And that's how you're going to want to spark some offensive play by stepping up here on the defense. Not impossible to come back with 3 scores here in the fourth quarter, but certainly a big mountain for the Eagles to climb here as we get ready for first down. And there's a pitch back, and once again the defense comes up. Oh, he squirts away, gets down about 5 yards.
Impressive play there by Dash Kennedy. Hits first contact, looks to be brought down to the ground, but keeps going. And it seems that he is not getting back up. We hope he's okay.
Is that Dash?
Yeah, that's Dash.
Yeah, that's Dash.
And that's going to bring up a fourth down for them.
His dad came over and said, get up, you're good.
No dessert for you.
Looks to be maybe an ankle issue. He's just he's gonna walk off on his own power.
So Dash Kennedy is going to have to leave the game for at least one play as the Knights get ready for a fourth down. No, it's going to be a turnover on downs, it looks like.
Was that their fourth down?
As the Eagles huddle up here on the sidelines to see what they're going to do.
That was their fourth down. Yep.
Hayden Cruz talking to the offense right now. Getting them ready to go out there. They're on a knee. Now they get up.
Using all of that injury timeout that they could. That's good on
Head
them.
out. You're right. Head out to the field. Soto Longo still in the backfield. Joined in the back there by Butnick.
Joseph Starnes.
Joseph Starnes. Well, he's way in the back. And now Starnes is going to run around the left-hand side. He's going to get his. He's going to go out of bounds after picking up about 7.
A good pickup there.
Yeah. Nice pickup by Starnes. He just tight-roped that sideline and made a few people miss and got, 7, 8 yards out of that one. That was a great play. I thought he was caught in the backfield there for a minute.
Yeah, it looked to be that way, but he made a nice move and was able to shimmy around that guy.
There it is, back to Starnes again. He rolls to his right. He's looking. Now he's going to pass over the middle. It's going to.
What a catch! Oh, no way. He caught that. The opposite side line judge is calling him incomplete, who is not in the position to make that call, and they're going to go with his call.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I saw a flag go up, but maybe it's that next field over. I saw something yellow in the sky. And
yeah, I've seen several things like that.
I thought it was a flag.
Could be the field, but it looked like it hit the ground to me.
It's our trainers on the sideline are holding something, and they keep throwing it up in the air.
Okay. I thought
and
I
it
saw
looks
a flag.
like a flag.
Yep. Okay.
So that's going to bring up third down now. Get the ball back to Starnes. Starnes rolling to his left, looking. Now he's going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be complete this time.
Oh, there
and
it goes.
Breaks one man. He's going down the sidelines. And he's going to get thrown to the ground at about the 28-yard line.
A good play there by Jaron Cruz. Looks to be brought out on the sideline there, but hits the gas and is able to break free from that tackle to get the first down and a couple more.
Man, that was a nice pass and a nice bit of running after the catch right there by Cruz.
Jordan Cruz making his mark here as the
Jaron.
ball gets back to Starnes. He's going to throw it up. High
catch.
point. The ball is going to be Butnick.
Woo, man.
Now the Eagles are coming to play. That's a good catch there by Cole Butnick, who is a little slow to get up. Could be his back again, causing him a little bit of problems.
Man, he high-pointed that ball. That was beautiful. Got up there. He got higher, and everybody else brought that thing down and stumbled for even a few more yards before they got him on the ground. It's a great job
Landed
by
on
Bundy.
his back
Yeah.
as
They're
he
gonna
came
give him-
down.
They're going to give him a little break. Looks to definitely be his back issue.
It's going to be second down now and about 4, and a timeout's going to be called.
It's like the
Coach
Knights.
Kennedy's seen all he wants to see of this mini comeback by the Eagles.
Man.
And, guys, this is exactly what you want to see. Stop the head hanging, stop the feet shuffling, as you were saying, Peter.
You know, it's time to play football.
Fight
you know?
your way back.
7:53 remaining. This is 6-man. It's not impossible
It is not.
No.
to come back 26 points. I'll have to do the ciphering. How many? That's 3 touchdowns at 8 points each, but we don't have a kicker. So
That's
the most
true.
you're going to get is 7. So that's 3. That'd be 21. Carry the 2. So you're going to need 4 touchdowns
Yep.
in order to take the lead. But it all starts with 1.
Exactly. You know,
That's it.
and they're
You can't be
looking on
looking at
pace
the-
for one right here.
You can't be looking at the 4th touchdown when you need the first one.
At this point, yes, they do have to take it one drive at a time. You know, with all the things that have been going on wrong in their past drives, they have to take it slow. Be like, okay, let's get 7 or 8 yards here. Let's get 7 or 8 yards here. Let's get 7 or 8 yards here.
And so there's the snap. Back to Starnes. He's kind of taking over right now at the throwing duties. Now he gets it over the ball. Sonalongo dances around, gets up to the middle, and he'll be dropped right at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, Joseph Starnes running out of time in the backfield there and dumps it off to Felipe, who is coming off the field. Looks to be a little shaken up. Probably grabbing his hand, maybe a little stinger in the arm.
And it looks like they've moved Starnes into that position because he's a little bit taller than Sonalongo, a little bit, giving him a little bit more time.
Yeah, and he's going to be a little bit tougher out. You catch him in the backfield. One guy's probably not going to bring him down if he doesn't
There's
want
the
it.
pitch again over to Starnes in the backfield. He's rolling to his right, looking. Now he's going to stop. Now he's going to come back across his field. Now he's going to throw across the middle. It's going to be complete to Butnick, and he's going to wrestle
the
his way
first down.
forward.
And he's
Gets
gonna
his
fight for the
helmet
extra
torn
yards.
off.
That's what you like to see out of one of your team leaders,
Absolutely.
especially with the team captain on the team, catching the ball and
Battling for those yards.
diving forward. There we go. There's the word for extra yards. Even gets his helmet thrown off.
The referees are over there in a huddle talking.
Yeah, I mean,
They talking about the face mask?
if the helmet comes off, something wrong happened.
Right. And I don't know if they've agreed they've seen anything or not. So,
Nope, they're
Yep,
just going to
they're
move
gonna-
the spot of the
yep.
ball about a foot backwards, and that's it.
yep. So,
Clock.
Ball going to be placed at the 15-yard line, 1st and goal.
Clock remains moving. It's going to be 6:58 on the play clock. There's the pitch back to Starnes. Starnes moving to his left. Now he goes to his right. Now he jukes one man. Now
There
he's
he goes.
moving up the field on the right-hand side. Jukes one, loses the man,
He's
and
in.
now dives forward.
It's gonna be just
Oh,
short.
I thought he was in.
I thought he was in too.
He looks to be at, oh, man, it's got to be at least the 1 yard line.
We'll see where they mark the ball.
Goodness, that's close.
Holy cow, I thought he was in. A great run there by Joseph Starnes,
Yeah,
taking it from the backfield.
fantastic.
Makes 2 great moves to make the defensive ends miss, and then a lot of open space from there.
Starnes again, moving to his right, looking. Now he backpedals. Now he throws the ball out of bounds.
There is a flag on the play, though, before the throw out of bounds.
Is that going to be pass interference?
Butnick complaining that somebody was grabbing his jersey.
Yeah, I thought it. that he was trying to get open, and somebody had some jerseys stretched out there.
I think he was talking about his mama, too.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
So referee's trying to
Yeah.
straighten it out there. Been several plays tonight where the refs have consulted each other.
Well, they're conversing with Coach Kennedy, so it must be against the Eagles.
And it's hard to tell who's who because no one's wearing the white hat.
So it's going to be a
Oh,
holding on the offense. Yeah.
So that'll move it back 5 yards.
Wasn't a very clear signal which way
No.
he was pointing there.
No.
That's going to bring up a 2nd yard. They're going to mark it out at the 7-yard line.
And they're having trouble with the clock now, too.
Clock keeps running. That's what happens sometimes when you're at the
The clock is
home
still
stadium.
running. Clock is okay. Now it's stopped. Sitting at about the 12-yard line now.
Fans are yelling at them to stop the clock.
what? They refused the penalty?
All right, now we're moving back up
They refused the penalty.
about 2 yards. I wonder why.
I don't know.
It's going to put the ball right at the 1-yard line for the Eagles. 6:15 remaining.
They did return the time back on the clock. Now they're running it.
Pitch back to Starnes. He's on the left-hand side. He's looking. He's going to throw it over the middle.
That's going to be an incomplete pass.
Out to Jared Cruz.
Jaron.
Jaron.
Yes, sir. You know, I was more expecting Joseph Starnes to try and run that one in, but he turns to his backside, throws across his shoulder to Jaron Cruz.
That's what I thought, too. He only had 1 yard, and by the time he scrambled to his left, he only had 2 yards.
Yeah, he had a lead block from Colt Bunnick, too.
Yeah.
That'll plow the road. Okay, Bundick up front as a blocker. There's the pitch back to Starnes.
Oh, man,
Stumbles
there
a
goes
bit.
Starnes.
And now Starnes is going to go
He's in. That's
into
a
the end zone.
Woo-wee. Man, we needed that right there.
Joseph Starnes able to pick up the muffed pitch back and then take it into the end zone.
Yeah.
Nice little easy touchdown.
46-26 is the score here. 5:58, just under 6 minutes remaining. If the Eagles are successful here in getting the singular point, defense is going to have to step up, make a stop, or get a turnover from the Knights.
A solid first drive out of the end of the quarter, but drained a little bit more clock than they would have liked.
Well, this is what they should have done at the beginning of the third quarter.
Oh, and we're kicking it.
Jaron Cruz lined up for the PAT. Oh, and it got blocked.
Even if he kicked that well, it wouldn't have mattered. He had 3 Kingwood Covenant players right in front of him when he kicked the ball. They went straight through our line.
You have to put them over the goalpost, too.
Yeah.
All 3. And the ball, it's good. So that's going to be 46-26 now. So now it's in the hands of the defense, Peter.
Yeah, you know, the offense came to play a little bit of football in this quarter, so now you gotta see your defense step up and get a fast stop. You know, a 3 and out, 4 and out. I guess since we don't really punt the football here in 6-man, but just contain well and not let any big plays. Big plays are going to be a big downer for this team, and you don't want the morale to go down. You want to keep that morale up.
And, Steve, we've seen the defense rise to this occasion so far in the first half.
They have, and they've got stops when they needed them. And, I have no reason to doubt they can't get it done here. It's just, just going to have to reach up, grabbing the next gear and get going.
Coach Patterson out there in the front, waiting for the team to get into position for the kickoff.
Like Starnes is going to do the kickoff duties.
As the cheerleaders cheer on the sidelines here for the Eagles. Nobody's going home here, I'll tell you that. Fans still on the side of field in their lawn chairs. And here's the kickoff. It's going to be a little squibber. It's going to go the distance. It's going to be picked up, now carried out on the left-hand side. One man to beat around the corner, and he's going to beat him. He's going to go all the way in for the touchdown.
I think they're going to call
be a block in the back
block
over
in the back
here.
there, yeah.
Yeah,
Bryce Anderson's still on the ground, slow to get up there.
Jax Leatherman picking up the squib kick, going around the left-hand side, makes a couple football moves, and then he is off to the races.
Yeah, I think we rushed the kick a little bit there. Our kicking team wasn't fully set up. They were loading up the left side with 4 players, and Joseph Starnes was running up to the ball before they were even paying attention. So they got a slow start, which gave Jax Leatherman plenty of space to work with.
Yeah. They're gonna place that ball just at about the 40-yard line for play. 1st and 15 for the Knights.
So here's where the defensive stand has to begin for the Eagles. Clock will keep on running. But if they can force a turnover here and get a quick score, that brings it within a reality shot.
That's going to be a timeout.
Timeout, Eagles.
Haven't signaled yet. And they're not going to signal.
No, they're not. Which is fine. We don't need to know.
It was probably us.
It looked like it was, by the way, that Coach Patterson was going out to the field with the team.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see him huddling up right there. And so what are you telling him, Peter? What's the coach telling him, you think?
Stay calm. You know, in these bigger game situations, it's a district game. You got to get these wins. It's only 20 points. It's 6 minutes, so that's not a huge deficit. So you got to take it one play at a time. Bad play happens, forget about it, move on, make something happen the next play. So it's just that next play mentality that he's got to instill in his young guys to keep them to stay in the same mindset the whole entire game, so that they don't get down on themselves and they don't start giving up. Something bad happens, they fumble the ball. It's like, okay, coach, that one's on me. I'll go get you another one.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. 1st and 15 for the Knights. They check their arm wrist. They get the play. They are set to go. There's the snap. There's the direct pitch right to the back. And he's going to be off to the left-hand side. He's going to got one man to beat, and he's going to run into the end zone. Number 11, Jackson Stevens.
They ran that dive up the middle that has been working all too well for them this game. And once again, barely even touched by the defense and streaking up the sideline.
It was well blocked, but man, once he saw the green grass, he broke it back to the far side, outside, and got outside our defenders. And at that point, it was just a foot race.
Mm-hmm. And he was winning.
Yep, he was winning.
So Jackson Stevens taking it in 20 yards for the score. That's going to make it 52-26, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The refrigerator door is starting to close.
Yeah. That was one you couldn't afford to have, and that's tough.
Not after going down and scoring yourself,
right?
And getting a little momentum. But hats off to the Knights. You see a little ember flare up. You want to stomp that out.
That's true. Yeah, I saw that good offensive drive by the Eagles, and Coach Kennedy was like, "Okay, none of this. We're not going to let them come back. Let's go score."
So extra point is good. 54-26 now in favor of the Knights, and it looks like the Knights will go on to win the first district game, which is important for them because you want to keep pace with. Who was the first place team?
Spring Founders so far.
Founders.
Right, Founders, who are undefeated or only have, they're 5-0. So you got to figure they won tonight. I didn't check to see who they were playing. Peter will be right on top of that, though, and check it out because he's our computer genius.
I'm doing my best.
The whiz kid.
Yeah, that's right. He's got a phone. He's not afraid to use it. It's tapped into the Wi-Fi, and here we go. But top of the heap, you got to keep pace with them. You got to go 1-0 if they're 1-0, and that's going to set up a big game later on in the season when Founders plays the Knights.
Yeah, Founders Christian is playing Second Baptist University Model right now. The game's still going on.
Okay, there you go.
Out of bounds. Kick.
That's going to be our opponent. It's easy for you to say.
Kick goes
Next week, and they are 0-5 or 1-4, so probably a pretty easy game for the Founders, I would think, on paper.
From the paper standpoint, it should be a very easy game for Spring Founders, especially since, I don't want to make fun of them, but Second Baptist has been normally on the lower end of the district in the past couple of years. They have a couple young guys, but based off of the paper and the preseason stats, it looks like it should be an easy game for Founders.
So Eagles go 1st and 15 now here late in the fourth quarter, midway through fourth quarter. Here's the pitch to Starr. He's going to go backpedaling, and now they're going to bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, and that was one of those situations where he was running out of space a little bit, and then that last pump fake he made was when he really should have gotten rid of the ball. But he was trying to get a little bit more, try to see something better that he liked, but he just ran out of time.
Well, he's just trying to make something happen.
Yeah, and this late at the game, you can't blame him for that. There's a big deficit that they need to close up, and he's just trying to make that happen.
Jax Leatherman taking him down and then offering his hand to help him get up. So good sportsmanship continued by Leatherman. Now there's a pitch back, and that's going to be taken down as they pitch back to Sotolongo.
And the snap is going to be on the ground, so that's going to be a sack there by Jax Leatherman, who is flying in there, slings down Felipe Sotolongo before he even has a chance to pick up the ball.
Well, the ball went to Starnes first.
Did it?
Yeah, and then he pitched back to Sotolongo. So the snap was low, a little bit of a bobble. Then the pitch was a little bobble, and by that time, Sotolongo is toast. Now Sotolongo is going to get the ball again. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to cut back into the middle. Big hit in the middle of the field, though.
Sotolongo trying to get a couple of the yards back, but Kingwood defense is showing a lot of what they've been showing today is that those good pursuit angles from, the scrappy plays when the quarterback takes off and they're crashing down on it perfect, and there's really no space for Felipe to work with.
Dash Kennedy on the tackle there as he just Sotolongo broke into the middle of the field, had a little running room for a couple seconds, and then Kennedy came in and bottled it up. Fourth down now for the Eagles. Ball's on the ground again. Oh, it's going to be a punt. Nicely done. Ball's going to roll out to about the 35-yard line.
Good read there.
Nice pump by Sotolongo.
That was Jaron Cruz.
Oh, was that Cruz? Okay, I thought that was Sotolongo.
Yeah, Jaron's our unofficial punter.
He should be official. He did a great job.
Yeah.
He did. He got it out. I mean, that's one thing you don't want to do is give the Knights a short field.
That's true. Right. That was better than some of the punts I did, so. Now on this defensive side of the ball, we really want to stop them from getting a big play from happening. They're just going to run out the clock at this point, and we know that's going to happen. So, see if we can make a couple stops.
1st and 15 for the Knights. Ball at the 35-yard line. 3:25 remaining here in the fourth period of play. And there's the pitch off to the right-hand side. And it's going to be bowling over a couple of men. That's going to be Jacob Slepp.
Brought down by Jaron Cruz, not before he gets about 10 yards on the play.
Slepp getting his first carry of the game as Coach Kennedy gets some other players into the game here late. 3 minutes remaining on the clock. 2nd down and 7, so nice pickup by Slep. First time we've called his name today. Ball gets over to Slep again. It bounces on the ground, though, before he can pick it up, and he's going to be brought down by Bundick on the far side.
Bundick and Sotolongo teaming up with that tackle to stop him right about at the line of scrimmage.
But another bad kind of exchange with the ball and whatnot. Drops the ball, picks it back up, and then tries to run with it. By the time defense already closed in on him, so yeah, it's been that kind of night.
We've been seeing that a lot from both teams.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Knights just trying to run out the clock here, get their first victory, and move on to next week. There's a pitch back once again to number 25, and he's refusing to go down. Finally, a host of tacklers bring down Jacob Slep.
He's going to be met by Cole Bundick and Jaron Cruz, and they're going to drive him backwards. He gets about a yard on the play.
Yeah.
And timeout is going to be called by the Eagles here as Will Patterson wants to talk to the crew.
Tell them they got a yard and a half or so to go for that first down.
Oh, they moved it up.
Time to bow up and stop that.
Well, let's finish strong.
Yep,
exactly. Yeah.
I think that's what the message is here. You're not going to win the game 54-26. Look into next week when you've got a fairly easy opponent. Maybe get your first district win there. Regroup, let those guys battle it out on top. I mean, obviously, at some point, Founders and Covenant Preparatory are going to face each other, and it won't be a tie game, I'll tell you that. Someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. And
that's true.
Someone's going to take first place and someone's going to take second. So it's really, with those Titans up there, it's the battle for 3rd place and who's going to get to the playoffs, and that means they got to beat Faith Academy and 2nd Baptist. That's the math, I think.
That sounds good to me. I trust it.
And then we get to load up in the Beast and go on a road game.
Oh, yeah.
Time to do it. All right. 4th and 1. This is where you
see if the Eagles can get the ball back here. There's the quick pitch. Now it's going to be a pass downfield. And it's going to be complete, and it's going to be a touchdown. The ball out to Jake Wilson. So they change up the play calling, throw a pass, goes out to Wilson, and they put 60 on the board.
Yeah, that was a little play-action pass, which really nice play that really fooled our defense. And Jake Wilson wide open on that out route. Good pass there to get it to him, and then all he had to do was make one guy miss.
$60-26, so 45 would be 60-71, so they're in no real trouble of being mercied by the Knights. But they did get it close, 60-26.
Yeah.
Good outing for the Knights, and they will notch their first victory of district play.
High kick there.
Yeah. Got all that one.
Barely squeaks in, though.
Okay.
So join us next Friday as the Eagles return home to face the 2nd Baptist Eagles as they continue their drive for the Division 5 championship. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock with the pregame starting at 6:40, exclusively on the Red Sea Radio Network and on Touchdown Productions Eagle Game of the Week YouTube channel and on Facebook.
That's right. You can join myself, Gil Dominguez, along with Steve Rayburn, Peter Najvar. We're all going to be there back in the nest. And, you go 80 miles, 100 miles, whatever we went today. It'll be good to get back in the nest, Steve.
It's always good to be home, that's for sure. And it cures a lot of ills and gets the home crowd around you and gives you a little advantage. That's always nice.
And the big bonus after that game is that the Eagles will be on the bye week.
and that's going to be needed. We've seen the injuries starting to stack up, and we're going to need a little bit of time to heal up some bumps and bruises.
Yeah, especially with such a young team they have. You know, a lot of these hits they're different than what they're used to, and they don't know how to brace for them correctly. So we've got plenty of injuries on the team so far, with a lot of them being starters. So having that bye week to give them that rest, you know, even for the people that are still playing, that are a little banged up, to get that recovery to attack the next week really hard.
So, Peter, did you look forward to the bye week when you were playing? Or was it a mixed bag?
It was mixed. You know, if I was injured, yes, but if I wasn't injured, no, because I wanted to play.
So here's the squib kick now. It's going to go out of bounds on the far side of the field, away from our wonderful position here in the stands.
You could say that.
They got a 5-high bleacher, aluminum bleacher here that we are perched on for tonight, and that's why you're seeing the low camera angle here.
I am really happy we do have these lights on the other side of the light pole shining down on us.
Yes, that is a bonus.
It does
insane.
help, especially reading these lineups and whatnot.
Yeah,
You're trying to keep up with players.
We're in daytime right now, guys.
Yeah.
Do you want to give Dennis a little text there on the iMac and tell him that we're about ready to call it a day here?
Alrighty.
Give him a little heads up. Thank you. Dennis Maka back at the transmitter site over at the Red Sea Radio Network. KEDC is the local station, 89.5. 88.5, I should say. My bad. But the Red Sea app is where you really want to tune in each week and hear what's going on. But anyway, Dennis is back there waiting for the game. He's got a little sleeping bag and a little pillow, and he just kind of waits by the transmitter for us to get done, and then he can shut off the lights and go home himself. Okay, here's a pitch and a run on the far side by
very good run there by Jaron Cruz.
And he's just pounced on at the end, though.
Yeah, he took a little step backwards for a juke move, but was not aware that there was a defender coming up fast behind him. He got hit hard from behind.
I think it was Leatherman, wasn't it, closing on him from behind like that?
It was either him or Jackson Stevens.
Yeah, I thought it was Jackson Stevens.
Okay.
Jackson Stevens, you know, took the brunt of that hit and is now on the sideline.
Yeah, he didn't expect him to pull up like that, like you said, and all of a sudden he's right on top of him, and it's a three-way car crash.
Yeah.
Not fun.
No, you didn't see it coming. 1 minute remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's been a pleasure to bring you guys the game tonight. Not necessarily the outcome that we wanted to see, but it's always fun to travel and bring you games here on the Red Sea Radio Network. There's a long pass going downfield now. It's going to be bobbled in the air.
Oh, Colin Roy almost came with that. He caught it 2 or 3 times.
Just a little bit underthrown by Jaron
reel
Cruz.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little bit of clock left, and it's not a close game, so they're putting in the backups to get some experience. So they throw Jaron Cruz back in the quarterback position, and waits a little bit too long on that one, is a little bit underthrown. Colin Roy was open, though, as we have a Kingwood player coming off the field with a cramp.
Jaron Cruz, another freshman, as the Eagles highlight many of the freshman players that they have on the team. You know, these guys are going to be so good when they get to be their junior year, sophomore year.
Yeah, especially when they get some size under them.
Okay, here's the
goes.
Final play of the game. Moving to the right is going to be Jaron Cruz, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Oh, the clock wasn't – was the clock moving?
Yeah, it was.
It was? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They stopped it when he ran out
Okay, so
of
we still got
bounds.
30 seconds left.
Yep.
Jaron Cruz showing a little speed there. And I don't know if we've mentioned this, but that is Aiden Cruz's little brother.
We didn't mention it, but I put 2 and 2 together.
So, yeah.
Came up with 7.
Those of you listening, that is Aiden's little brother. So he's following in his quarterback footsteps right there a little bit. Got a little bit more speed than Aiden does, though.
Well, he's got fresh legs out there right now, too, compared to everybody else. Now he's looking. Now he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to go down at the 10-yard line with 20 seconds remaining. And they're going to let the clock run. Ball comes in to be set.
And it looks like we're just going to line up at the 40.
Yeah, that'll be the final play of the game, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Jaron Cruz closing it out for the Eagles.
He's a little speedy kid.
He is.
He kind of took off on that play before.
And almost scored, which would have been a nice way to end the game.
Yeah, he was getting there.
For the Eagles. So this one is in the books, the very first district game. And not the way we wanted it to be, but next week we'll be right back at it. And, of course, it's Second Baptist, and so another opportunity to get a victory. Peter, talk to me.
Good first half. 14-14 against a team like this. We got a lot of injuries. Their best player was out, so we're both battling things. But, we stuck in there in the first half, and then you saw a little bit dragging the feet, a little bit, I don't really want to be here. Coach talked to them. Fourth quarter happens, and they're like, all right, let's play some football. They got a good drive going. So, there's some bright spots. There's some things they can improve on. And you're seeing more offensive guys come out and make some plays. You're seeing Joseph Starnes play in the backfield more, and he's doing good at that. So they're opening up their options.
Right, they're trying to mix it up. Steve?
Yeah, not the score you want to see on the scoreboard, but saw a lot of flash in the first half. The dam kind of broke on us a little bit second half, and they got away from us.
Okay, remember to join us next week, district game number 2, as the Second Baptist comes into the Eagles' Nest out at the athletic complex. Be sure to come on out there and join us. If not, listen to us on the radio. Watch us on the TV, but always remain an Eagle fan. For Peter Najvar, Steve Rayburn, I'm Gil Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here for Eagle Football on the Red Sea Radio Network. We'll see you next week at home against Second Baptist. Good night, everybody.